Chapter 208, Lightning Flash, 2. Kidnapping John Myung-hoon was incredibly easy. I approached him using the record of transcending cultivation and exhausting martial arts when he was alone, knocked him out by striking his soul plane with the formless sword, and then carried him away. It was over as soon as I used the record of transcending cultivation and exhausting martial arts again. Additionally, John Myung-hoon is weaker than I had imagined. Isn't he too weak? It's exactly as I thought. John Myung-hoon is only at the core formation stage at best, and he can barely recognize planes, making the kidnapping almost laughably easy. However, I frowned, tiling my head. John Myung-hoon in his past life was strong enough to take down a 4-axis inspector. That time too isn't far from now. It's in a few months. How could this guy leap from core formation to the 4-axis level in just a few months? It's a curious matter. Well, it's actually better for me now. I tear my consciousness. Wawoom. The mysterious bizarre goo technique. It's the parasitic technique I received from Giant Shin. Chirluck. Activating the mysterious bizarre goo technique, my consciousness wriggles in my hand, transforming into a small larva-like shape. The gray larva squirms as I bring my hand to John Myung-hoon's face, entering through his nostril. I feel the mysterious bizarre goo settle in John Myung-hoon's upper dantian, taking its place in his consciousness. If I continue to erode John Myung-hoon unnoticed, I can erase his personality without anyone knowing and turn him into my puppet in about 10 years. Of course, I don't plan on doing that. What I want from John Myung-hoon is merely a few days of acting. Wawoom. Activating the mysterious bizarre goo technique that enters into John Myung-hoon's upper dantian, John Myung-hoon's eyes snap open. Using the mysterious bizarre goo technique to forcibly control someone is efficient, but the drawback is that the mysterious bizarre goo quickly wears out and dissolves in the target's consciousness. Of course, it's enough to last for a few days. Listen, John Myung-hoon. From now on, go to the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect and bring back the Heavenly Lightning Banner from the Thundercloud Peak located there. Understand? Yes, I understand. John Myung-hoon, dominated by the mysterious bizarre goo technique, responds with a dazed look in his eyes. After taking control of John Myung-hoon, I release him. Now comes the important part. I need to remotely manipulate John Myung-hoon and through him, smuggle out the Heavenly Lightning Banner. I shift my perspective to John Myung-hoon's and return his body to the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect. Let's see. Shall we investigate? Junior brother, where have you been? Just then, a woman dressed in a golden robe approaches John Myung-hoon, recognizing him and coming closer. Her cheeks flush red with joy upon seeing him, spewing out emotions of happiness. She was the woman who had been walking down the street with John Myung-hoon earlier. The current granddaughter of the sect leader Jin Byuk-ho, Jin So-hee. I heard she and John Myung-hoon are a famous well-matched couple. It is a well-known story within the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect, so there was no need to investigate. It's something one can know just by hearing the rumors. After all, John Myung-hoon is currently the most famous person in the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect. As someone with the Heavenly Golden Thunder body, John Myung-hoon is the most famous celebrity within the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect. It's impossible for there not to be rumors about John Myung-hoon dating the current granddaughter of the Supreme Sect leader. Recalling their rumors, I moved John Myung-hoon's mouth to answer. I just went out for some fresh air. However, Jin So-hee seems to sense something is off and tilts her head in confusion. What's with you, junior brother? Why are you suddenly being formal? Since when have you spoken to me with honorifics? Just because. I recall John Myung-hoon's tone of voice from my memories and speak to her. Just tried it once. What's up? Ah, that's right. Remember what you told me last time? I've been thinking about it. As she starts talking, I internally break out into a cold sweat. Damn, if she brings up something only John Myung-hoon and she knows, I won't know how to respond. Should I awaken John Myung-hoon's consciousness? It's what I'm pondering. Indeed, running away together seems hard to accept. What was John Myung-hoon thinking, trying to take away a promising maiden of the sect with such a proposal? The Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect has been with me since I was very young. In fact, the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect is no different from family to me. How could I leave my family behind? No matter how much I like you, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say, so I remain silent for a moment. Then, I speak through John Myung-hoon's mouth. Let's talk later. All right, it must be complicated for you. Let's meet again later. I sigh inwardly and leave the spot with John Myung-hoon's body, going deeper into the sect. John Myung-hoon's residence isn't far from Thundercloud Peak. Should I visit Thundercloud Peak then? I move his body to Thundercloud Peak and arrive at the summit. This is the top of Thundercloud Peak, the shrine where the Heavenly Lightning Banner is kept. When I'm looking at the small shrine, Master John, I've told you that you shouldn't come here without permission. An elder at the nascent soul stage flies towards John Myung-hoon, reprimanding him. If you wish to enter this Thunder Tribute Hall where the Heavenly Lightning Banner is enshrined, you must first reach the Heavenly Being stage by diligently practicing. With Master John's talent, it is entirely possible to reach the Heavenly Being stage within 200 years, so please be patient. As expected, even with good talent, John Myung-hoon can't just enter like that. Even the direct disciple of the Supreme Sect leader cannot enter at will. I understand that you must be troubled by recent events. It must be unsettling, not marrying Miss Jean Sohei, to whom you were engaged, but suddenly having marriage talks with the daughter of an integration stage Grand Cultivator. I understand Master John's feelings, especially since the Grand Cultivator's daughter is known to have a very peculiar temperament. Without saying anything, the elder guarding the Thunder Tribute Hall starts to console John Myung-hoon with a sigh. However, you don't need to worry too much. Master John, you possess the same talent as the sect founder, the Golden Deity, so your value is not less than that of the Heavenly Lightning Banner. The Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect will protect Master John to the utmost. Thank you. I express gratitude through John Myung-hoon's mouth and piece together his current situation from the conversation. He proposed to Jean Sohei, the granddaughter of Jean Byuk-ho, to run away together, and there are marriage talks with the daughter of a Grand Cultivator at the integration stage. The daughter of the Grand Cultivator is said to have a strange personality. In other words, he is afraid of suddenly having to marry the Grand Cultivator's daughter, so he thought about running away from the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect with Jean Sohei. At the same time, hearing that John Myung-hoon's worth is not less than the Heavenly Lightning Banner, I feel the framework for a plan for stealing the Heavenly Lightning Banner click into place in my mind. If that's the case, then, after organizing my thoughts, I descend from Thunder Peak and head to find Jean Sohei. Junior brother John, have you made your decision? Yes. I take Jean Sohei to a secluded part of the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect with John Myung-hoon's body. Then, I whisper to her, as if sharing a secret. I've decided to leave. Don't try to stop me. I'm leaving Thunder Spirit Island. If I leave the human territory altogether and go somewhere else, there shouldn't be a problem. Thank you for everything. Take care. Wait. Although she calls out to John Myung-hoon, I move forward, leaving her behind. That settles it. It is still uncertain whether John Myung-hoon's precious words were true or not. However, starting from tonight, John Myung-hoon is indeed going to disappear for a few days. I took John Myung-hoon's body to a deserted place and unfold the record of transcending cultivation and exhausting martial arts through the mysterious bizarre goo within him. Shuck! John Myung-hoon disappears from the sight of others. In that state, I manipulate him to go below Thundercloud Peak. I dig into the ground and place John Myung-hoon's body inside, beginning to wait. Yuan-yu, go and come back. I use Yuan-yu to strike the edge of Thunder Spirit Island, creating traces as if someone forcibly broke through the protective barrier of Thunder Spirit Island. If John Myung-hoon does not appear in the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect for a few days, the sect will be in turmoil. Jean Sohei will inevitably relay John Myung-hoon's words directly to the upper echelons of the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect. If the sect investigates and finds traces of someone breaking through Thunder Spirit Island's barrier, the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect will turn upside down, dispatching people in all directions to search for John Myung-hoon. The Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect will be in chaos, and the high-ranking cultivators will all be out. In the meantime, I will move John Myung-hoon's body to steal the Heavenly Lightning Banner. Now that the method of theft is prepared, what remains is the escape route. When they find out the Heavenly Lightning Banner has been stolen, Jean Byuk-ho will be furious and chase after me. It's naive to think that a precious immortal treasure like the Heavenly Lightning Banner wouldn't have tracking spells on it, or that the people of the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect wouldn't have learned methods to sense the Heavenly Lightning Banner. No matter how well it's stolen, it's bound to be discovered eventually. Hence, securing an escape route is the most important. Then, how and where to flee? The escape route is clear. Not outside the human race territory. Instead, I must go deeper into the human race territory. To the Human Race Grand Alliance's main headquarters, Heavenly Human Island. I will use the teleportation array meant for other races located in Heavenly Human Island to escape elsewhere. The first stop is the Light Spirit Pond in the Cold Spirit Race territory. I haven't had the chance to take care of Kim Yun in this life. In the beginning, living under Seo Huiol's watchful eye left me no room to breathe. After that, I was dropped into the lower realm because of Seo Huiol and spent my days receiving teachings from Jangik. For Yun, I'm sorry. Anyway, since I didn't take care of her and didn't snatch her from the Mad Lord, the Mad Lord is likely still lurking around the Cold Spirit Race territory, cackling and toying with her. Near the Light Spirit Pond, passing through the location where the Mad Lord resides, I will head towards the Earth Tribe territory. Doing so, even Jean Byuk-ho would not dare to chase me near the Mad Lord. and thus, stuffing the stolen heavenly lightning banner into Co Huil's jaws will accomplish this life's greatest goal. I clench my teeth and make a vow. No matter what, I'll land a blow on Co Huil. The method of theft is prepared. The escape route is secured. I've thought of how to handle the heavenly lightning banner. Of course, even after dealing with the heavenly lightning banner, if the true immortal who comes looking for it curses the golden divine heavenly thunder sect, there's nothing I can do. If it comes to that despite everything, then there's nothing I can do with my current capabilities. Alright, let's wait. Using the mysterious bizarre goo hidden within John Myung-hoon's consciousness, I fully deploy the record of transcending cultivation and exhausting martial arts with John Myung-hoon's body. Thus, I wait patiently under Thundercloud Peak. 7 days and nights pass. The golden divine heavenly thunder sect is turned upside down. John Myung-hoon, who possesses the same talent as the sect's founding patriarch Yang Soo-jin, disappeared without a trace. The testimony of his lover, Jin So-hae, is even more shocking. The sect members thought John Myung-hoon had run away for a while because he didn't want to marry the daughter of the integration stage Grand Cultivator. But according to Jin So-hae, John Myung-hoon had left Thunder Spirit Island entirely. This led the elders of the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder sect to investigate the barrier of Thunder Spirit Island, turning everything upside down once again. Traces were found that someone had forcibly broken through Thunder Spirit Island's barrier. Consequently, an emergency was declared throughout the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder sect. 70 nascent soul and 33 heavenly being elders, along with the supreme sect leader Jin Byuk-ho himself, the only 4-axis stage cultivator in the sect, personally set out to search for John Myung-hoon. Thus, the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder sect is now left empty. I finally make my move. Now's the time. Wawoom. I climb Thundercloud Peak with John Myung-hoon's body and stand in front of the Thunder Tribute Hall where the Heavenly Lightning Banner is stored. Today, the Heavenly Lightning Banner will be in my hands. With this, may the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder sect not be struck by that terrible calamity. Near the Thunder Tribute Hall, I touch the shrine without any of the nascent soul stage elders guarding it noticing. Then, I begin to lay the circuits of the Mad Lord on the surface of the Thunder Tribute Hall while remotely controlling John Myung-hoon. Chajijic. After a while, the Thunder Tribute Hall falls under my hands. I just need to go in and steal it, but the nascent soul stage elders nearby are bothersome. Although the record of transcending cultivation and exhausting martial arts can be fully utilized based on vision, it is too much for the weak consciousness of the mysterious bizarre goo to handle something like the formless sword. In other words, I can't knock them out or anything. Then, let's try to distract them with something else. I take out Yuan Yu. Buy me some time, Yuan Yu. Yuan Yu, which had been slumbering in my possession, transforms into a human form and stands up at my command. I continue to maintain the record of transcending cultivation and exhausting martial arts while remotely controlling John Myung-hoon and send Yuan Yu to the front of the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder sect. Over the past 50 years, reaching out to the dragon veins of the planet we had fallen on, I also brought Yuan Yu up to the nascent soul stage. The blood shadows that Yuan Li had scattered throughout the dragon veins near the heaven-treading desert were condensed through the dragon veins and merged again. Hence, even without a main soul, Yuan Yu condensed a nascent soul. More specifically, it's a form forced together with the mysterious bizarre goo technique, but anyway, Yuan Yu had succeeded in reaching the nascent soul stage. Moreover, the body that Yuan Li painstakingly created for Yuan Yu seems to have superior talent to mine, already being at the mid-stage of nascent soul. Now show them. It feels like it's been a long time since I've seen it. Honestly, they are unpleasant techniques, but thinking of them as just techniques from a bygone past made me feel better. Blood Demon Suppressing Sea Light. As Yuan Yu forms a hand seal, crimson clouds of blood mist swirl around him. And then, Kwang. Yuan Yu's spell strikes the barrier of the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder sect. The beginning starts now. With the sect's main forces out searching for John Myung-hoon and the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder sect left empty. Will there really be anyone in the remaining Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder sect who can compare to Yuan Li in his prime? Chapter 209, Lightning Flash, 3. Join the Discord for chapter updates and other stuff. What madness! Who dares to attack the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder sect? It must be someone tired of living. 5 nascent soul stage elders quickly encircle Yuan Yu with lightning flashing in their eyes. Upon seeing Yuan Yu's appearance, they take a gasp for a moment, then they each form hand seals to summon their Dharma treasures and prepare their spells. I watch them through Yuan Yu's perspective, feeling a remarkably fresh sensation. It's been a long time since I've faced ordinary human cultivators. When I was captured by the Mad Lord, it felt more like I was fighting the wonderfully mysterious fortress rather than directly confronting someone, since I was in the body of a puppet. In the Azure Heaven Creation sect, where everyone walked around shirtless enjoying physical combat. Due to their steel-like bodies, there were no users of Dharma treasures or spells. In this life, since I've been living among the demon race and not humans, I've been sparring with demon beasts who use their sturdy bodies instead of Dharma treasures and supernatural abilities instead of spells. Hence, facing cultivators who traditionally use Dharma treasures like this is a first in a long time. Strike down with Thunderbolt Banner. An elder with a long beard, seemingly enraged, swings a blue flag Dharma treasure and causes blue lightning to fall from the sky onto Yuan Yu. Blood Chain Binding Forest. In the next moment, Yuan Yu forms a hand seal, extracting red blood trees from the surrounding blood mist to create a barrier which the lightning incinerates. Starting with the bearded elder, the other elders also begin to cast their spells. To think you dare to fight against us, the Five-Door Immortal Masters. You must be out of your mind. Five-Door Immortal Masters. I watch their spells hit Yuan Yu through his perspective and smirk. So, you're the gatekeepers of the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect's defensive barrier. In other words, if I keep you occupied here, there will be no one to guard the main gate of the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect. There's an accomplice. Hualong. Before the so-called Five-Door Immortal Masters can finish speaking, the puppets I summoned with the 1,000 lustrous forest sea cannon hit the main gate of the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect once again. They are the mass-produced General CO puppets. Highly useful puppets capable of delivering nascent soul-level attacks swarm towards the entrance of the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect, opening their mouths to shoot out General CO cannons. Jing. A strike from one General CO puppet shatters the main gate of the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect, and the mass-produced General CO puppets swarm towards the broken gate. What is this? The Five-Door Immortal Masters are flustered trying to stop the mass-produced General CO puppets, but Yuan Yu blocks them. You shall not pass. You damn thing. I can't even tell if you're a man or a woman. If you don't move aside, I'll split you in half and kill you. You shall not pass. I move Yuan Yu's body, smiling. Yuan Yu's eerily charming smile seems to shock the Five-Door Immortal Masters once again, but they all furiously form hand seals. Die. Yuan Yu opens his mouth and starts spitting out Dharma treasures from his golden core. Zing. Attacks aimed at Yuan Yu are all blocked by the 4 pagodas he spits out. Around Yuan Yu, Dharma treasures begin to emerge. 17-bone dagger Dharma treasures, a blood-colored spear Dharma treasure, a crystal skull staff, and the summoning wind, sacred blood leaf fan, among others. You shall not pass. Additionally, Yuan Yu calls forth a nascent soul stage Ghost King from the blood clouds, forming hand seals with an eerie smile. Huang. The next moment, one of Yuan Yu's daggers flies towards one of the Five-Door Immortal Masters, battering his defensive spell and pure spiritual force protective aura. The defensive spell breaks, but the nascent soul's protective aura isn't penetrated, making Yuan Yu's dagger halt and hover in the air. However, the Ghost King summoned by Yuan Yu strikes down with his scythe on the Five-Door Immortal Master, whose defensive spell had been shattered in the next moment. Jing. Once again, a shocking sound echoes and Yuan Yu's attack successfully penetrates the opponent's protective aura this time around. Ugh, do you think you can defeat me? The protective aura shattered nascent soul elder forms hand seals and transforms into a lightning serpent that opens its mouth towards Yuan Yu. PSHHH. Yuan Yu's dagger targets him, but it only leaves a small wound on his neck, dodging Yuan Yu's attack and striking next to Yuan Yu. Jing. That attack shatters the barrier created by Yuan Yu's pagoda Dharma treasures. Blood Chain Binding Forest. Chirluck. As Yuan Yu forms hand seals again, numerous blood trees grow around him, swinging their sharp branches and leaves at the nascent soul stage elders. Most of them move like lightning to dodge Yuan Yu's attacks, but their protective body force and defensive spells begin to falter. Blood Spear. Above the summoned Blood Spear, the figure of a Ghost King holding the spear appears. The Ghost King, inhaling the blood mist from Yuan Yu, instantly elevates its realm to the nascent soul stage like the scythe-wielding Ghost King. With all its might, it thrusts at the opponent before it. Jing. Act. The thrust of the blood spear shatters one of the Five-Door Immortal Master's spells and protective body force, tearing through his side. Under Yuan Yu's control, the Ghost King wielding the blood spear breaks through the Five-Door Immortal Master's protective body forces and defensive spells, scattering spears in all directions. Bind. Pajajijik. However, as a bald Five-Door Immortal Master forms hand seals, chains of lightning bound the Ghost King. The Ghost King is neutralized in an instant, but Yuan Yu once again manipulates 17 bone daggers and scatters them in all directions. The momentum is chilling, and under Yuan Yu's manipulation, the daggers graze the nascent soul stage elder's skin, drawing blood droplets. Everyone, be on your guard. This one is not to be underestimated. As long as we stay alert, This guy won't be able to beat us. The five-door Immortal Masters seem to be pushed back by Yuan Yu, but then press on him in turn, gradually pushing him back. At some point, the coordination among the five nascent Soul Stage Elders perfectly clicks, causing Yuan Yu to be fully exposed to their attacks. Quorum. As the sound of thunder echoes, Yuan Yu is torn to shreds by the lightning. Left with only his golden core, he is targeted by the highest-ranking Elder who shoots a lightning arrow and shatters Yuan Yu's golden core. Thus, Yuan Yu is killed. Phew, he was a tough one. Now we just need to capture his nascent soul, and it's over. It felt like fighting not one, but three nascent soul stage cultivators. That just shows how powerful he was. Now, and then, Chirluck. The blood mist Yuan Yu had been spreading around begins to seep into the shattered golden core. Yuan Yu's golden core regenerates. And around the golden core, Yuan Yu's flesh begins to grow back. Wriggle, wriggle. The lumps of red flesh that wriggles like a collection of meat gather, transforming back into Yuan Yu's form. Thus, Yuan Yu is resurrected. You shall not pass. What is this? Seeing Yuan Yu resurrected in perfect condition, the five-door Immortal Masters clench their teeth. Right? I had expected that the lifeline of someone who practices devilish arts might be a bit tougher. Devil cultivators, even in death, have learned many immortality skills. It's said that they have to be killed once, twice, sometimes even 3 times, correct? Yuan Yu simply forms hand seals without expression. Let's kill him 3 times then. Let's continue. Once again, the battle between the five-door Immortal Masters and Yuan Yu commences. The Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect is in turmoil. The mass-produced General CO puppets I created are opening their mouths and shooting beams everywhere, collapsing numerous halls throughout the sect. To suppress the chaos, Nascent Soul and Heavenly Being stage cultivators flew out, beginning to smash the Nascent Soul stage puppets. As the mass-produced General CO puppets shoot beams near Thundercloud Peak, even the elders guarding the Thunder Tribute Hall have no choice but to respond. Eventually, the Nascent Soul stage elder guarding the Thunder Tribute Hall frowns and swiftly descends to smash the mass-produced General CO puppets. Taking advantage of the opportunity, I move John Manghoon's body and sneak into the Thunder Tribute Hall through the gap. As expected, the hall's mechanisms are neutralized by the circuits of the Mad Lord, rendering them inactive. This is the Thunder Tribute Hall. Vast. Though it looks small from the outside, the interior is as spacious as a grand palace's main hall. Space compression spell. I notice something at the far end of this vast hall that carries strong lightning energy and walk towards the other end of the hall. Fizz, fizz. Some lightning attribute mechanisms seem to be activating, but somehow, they are all absorbed into John Myonghoon's body without any reaction. Does lightning attribute energy just get absorbed by John Myonghoon without resistance? It seems to be the power of the heavenly golden thunder body. After an uncertain amount of time passing through lightning attribute mechanisms that crumbled helplessly in front of John Myonghoon's body, I finally reach a large altar. On that altar flutters a bright golden flag. Kurung, kurung. This is the Heavenly Lightning Banner. The Heavenly Lightning Banner is enormous. It is not something that can be held and swung with hands. The pole of the Heavenly Lightning Banner alone is bigger than 4 John Myonghoons put together. Fizz, fizz. As John Myonghoon's hand touches the Heavenly Lightning Banner, it vibrates wildly with a buzzing sound. However, I am startled looking at the Heavenly Lightning Banner through the eyes of mysterious bizarre goo. This Heavenly Lightning Banner. From the Heavenly Lightning Banner, intent flows out, as if it's a person. Is it alive? Wawoom. As John Myonghoon touches the Heavenly Lightning Banner, it sends out an intent of fear, vibrating wildly. It seems to greatly dislike being touched by John Myonghoon's hand. But despite its dislike and fear, once John Myonghoon grabs it, it fails to resist and quietly remains in his hand, showing its displeasure. Interesting. After looking at the artifact seriously, I take the Heavenly Lightning Banner and head outside. The sect elders are still wrestling with the mass-produced General COs. Now, all I have to do is take the Heavenly Lightning Banner outside, and it's over. The main gate of the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect. Above it, 5 nascent soul stage elders affiliated with the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder Sect, the 5-door Immortal Masters, are gasping for breath. Now he must be dead, right? We've already killed him 4 times. If he resurrects again. Despite their wishes, blood mist gathers in front of their eyes, and Yuan Yu reveals himself once again. He's resurrected again. That blood mist is resurrecting him. But now the blood mist has almost run out. If we kill him just one more time. That's when it happens. Yuan Yu raises the Crystal Skull Staff. The next moment, as the Crystal Skull Staff opens its mouth, the wounds that had been grazed by Yuan Yu's blood-red daggers widen, and the 5-door Immortal Master's life force begins to be absorbed towards Yuan Yu. Ah no, this damned my life force. In a brief moment, the skull crystal staff closes its mouth, and Yuan Yu replenishes his energy from the skull crystal staff. As his energy is being replenished, Yuan Yu opens his mouth and releases an enormous amount of blood mist again, filling the surroundings. It's the life force absorbed from the 5 nascent soul stage cultivators. This damned thing. It's preserving its life with our life force. Please just die. The 5-door immortal masters, exhausted from the struggle to kill Yuan Yu after having their life force drained, attack him with a weary demeanor. I watched this scene from behind while waiting for John Myung-hoon, who is coming this way using the record of transcending cultivation and exhausting martial arts. A little later, did we get him? Around the time the 5-door immortal masters kill Yuan Yu for the 6th time, John Myung-hoon finally emerges from the golden divine heavenly thunder sect. Finally, I joyfully turn my gaze toward the heavenly lightning banner he is supposed to be carrying. But then, I sense something off. Question mark. It's invisible. To my eyes, it looks as though John Myung-hoon is just running with his hands clutching the air. What's going on? It's strange. Through the perspective of the mysterious bizarre goo possessing John Myung-hoon's body, it is clear that John Myung-hoon is indeed holding the heavenly lightning banner. But from my perspective, the heavenly lightning banner is invisible. How could this be? Confused, I reach out to touch where John Myung-hoon is supposedly holding the heavenly lightning banner. And then, Kururum! Exclamation point. I frown as I feel a tingling of lightning climbing up my hand. My hand is being scorched by the lightning. I continue trying to grasp the heavenly lightning banner despite the pain. However, the heavenly lightning banner still fails to be grasped. It isn't that my hand can't penetrate the lightning of the heavenly lightning banner. It's that when I try to grab where the heavenly lightning banner is, my hand only touches lightning. That's it. The essence of the heavenly lightning banner is lightning itself. As expected of an immortal treasure used by a true immortal, its material isn't any ordinary substance, but lightning itself. I chuckle to myself as I realize the characteristics of the heavenly lightning banner. Through John Myung-hoon's eyes and vision, it appears. But through my eyes and vision, it's invisible. This means, as a disciple of the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder sect, those who haven't learned the sect's lightning cultivation methods can't even touch, let alone see the heavenly lightning banner with the naked eye. An immortal treasure that can only be handled by those who have mastered the sect's techniques. That is the heavenly lightning banner. I look hopelessly toward Yuan Yu, who is fighting in the distance. Seeing Yuan Yu resurrect for the 7th time, the 5-door immortal masters are in despair. Don't resurrect 7 times. Just die already, you damned creature. It's time for you to die. Please just die. I didn't expect this kind of pitfall. I have successfully stolen the heavenly lightning banner. However, I can't see the heavenly lightning banner with my naked eye. And since the heavenly lightning banner is made of lightning, grabbing it only results in catching bolts of lightning. Then, do I need to kidnap John Myung-hoon as well? Perhaps that's the best course of action. Yuan Yu, come back. We're leaving. It is then. Click! Exclamation point. Someone appears silently behind me, touching my shoulder. A familiar voice follows, delayed by the sound of thunder. Kururum. Thought I recognized you from somewhere. Aren't you the one with the nascent soul consciousness who ascended alone last time? I quickly turn around, calling Yuan Yu back to me. The familiar figure in golden robes, the 4-axis stage cultivator of the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder sect. The supreme sect leader, Jin Byako. First off, let's hear why you suddenly went crazy, placing a seal in my disciple's mind, and touching the heavenly lightning banner. I swallow as I see Jin Byako, who had flown back to Thunder Spirit Island at the speed of lightning. His aura is definitely not inferior to that of the Azure Tiger Saint. Can I handle this? If it's just this, perhaps. As he reaches his hand out, the heavenly lightning banner naturally flies into Jin Byako's hand, resizing to perfectly fit his grip. The heavenly lightning banner has returned to Jin Byako's hand. It's not going to work. Chapter 210, Lightning Flash 4. Join the Discord for chapter updates and other stuff. In an instant, I swung the formless sword towards the sky almost instinctively. Boom! Jing! The formless sword, reaching treading heavens, cuts through the lightning falling from the sky. Bring Myung-hoon over here. Wawoom! Without giving me a chance to act, Jin Byako extends his hand, and a force of attraction emerges from it, pulling John Myung-hoon towards him. Holding John Myung-hoon's head, Jin Byako clicks his tongue and exerts force in his hand. Simultaneously, the mysterious bizarre goo I placed in John Myung-hoon's upper dantian burns away completely. ZZZT. Since it's a spell I created from a part of my consciousness, a sharp pain flows into my consciousness when the mysterious bizarre goo is burned. Now, shall we have a talk? Why is it? The opponent is at the early stage of 4-axis, not having built even a single axis. Yet, for some reason, I feel Jin Byako holding the heavenly lightning banner to be even more insurmountable than Gurion or Xiao Huil. Wing. I can see the intent flowing from the heavenly lightning banner communicating with Jin Byako. The next moment, Jin Byako swings the heavenly lightning banner again. Kururum. The sky lights up brightly. The next moment, hundreds of lightning bolts fall towards me. This is insane. Kagugugu. Splash. I spit out blood and soar into the sky. The pure spiritual force that reached the nascent soul stage, the body refined by demon beast methods, and the skin further strengthened by the black dragon's true blood, and the formless sword that reached treading heavens flowing through my entire body allowed me to barely survive. I look at the place where 100 bolts of lightning had fallen, right in front of Jin Byako. The very place I was just standing had become a gigantic valley. It isn't just a simple valley, a spatial rift. Each of those lightning bolts were equivalent to a strike from a 4-axis stage cultivator. Even so, I felt that Jin Byako was not using his full power. I need to escape. As long as Jin Hyukhu wields the heavenly lightning banner, there is absolutely no chance of winning. Hot. I cut through the air using the record of transcending cultivation and exhausting martial arts. Jin Byako looks surprised for a moment when I disappear from in front of him, but soon smirks and swings the heavenly lightning banner again. And then, kurururum. The entire sky turns blue and the area within a 10-mile radius is filled with lightning. Exclamation point. The record of transcending cultivation and exhausting martial arts is not a teleportation technique, but is based on evading using the opponent's perception. In other words, it's useless in front of an area-wide technique that doesn't rely on perception. I control my trembling limbs and summon the black dragon's true blood. Crack, crack. Black horns protrude from my forehead and black scales appear in various places. Simultaneously, my hips bulge and a tail springs out while my limbs become sharp like those of a beast. Kugugugugu. I summon dark clouds around me and flee rapidly riding on the clouds, tearing through space and entering the void using my vision of planes. Utilizing the flying escape technique of the Heaven tribe, the gliding technique of the Earth tribe, and becoming one with the formless sword of treading heavens, I flee away at lightning speed. However, a golden light begins to chase me from behind with the resounding sound of thunder. You think you can escape? A stern voice thunders through the void, and Jin Byako chases after me with the speed of lightning. Boom! As he swings the heavenly lightning banner again, the empty void fills up with blue lightning. Exclamation point. PZZZT. I grit my teeth and advance while being struck by lightning. Ugh. However, the attraction force of a 4-axis stage cultivator pulls me towards him, and the distance between Jin Byako and myself closes. This won't do. If things continue this way, I will really get caught and killed. Feeling the threat to my life, I fly towards the direction of Heavenly Human Island. Kururum. Of course, I am struck by lightning several times in the process, and I have to fly desperately to survive. Is this how I die? The lightning scattered by Jin Byako is truly terrifying. While the heavenly tribulation adjusts to my realm, Jin Byako does not hesitate to sprinkle lightning at the 4-axis level, making it even harder to defend against. Kururum. I am struck by blue lightning in the void once again and laugh hollowly, half out of my mind. I thought if I were to die in this life, it would be at the hands of Xiao Huil. Unexpectedly, I never imagined dying at the hands of Jin Byako, unable to even grasp the heavenly lightning banner. Had I at least held on to the heavenly lightning banner, preventing Jin Byako from wielding it, I might have had a chance. But I was defeated by the unfairness that only those from the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder sect can wield the heavenly lightning banner. Well, this too, kururum, isn't bad. Anyway, I tried my best to do what I can. Just as my consciousness begins to sink downwards. Zing. I hear, or rather see, something resonating in my head. What's this strange? Something is speaking to me. Strange voice. Huh. Startled, I open my eyes. I look behind me just in case. Sure enough, the voice comes from the direction Jin Byako is chasing me. No, not a voice. It's some third new sense, akin to the vision of beyond the path to heavens and the vision of intent. Something that until now I had described as seeing and vision, as there was no way to describe this sense. In fact, it wasn't seeing, but a sense of feeling. This voice is conveying its meaning to me in that manner. No, more precisely, I can hear the meaning of the voice. Is it because I possess the vision of treading heavens? I hear the words. Save me. The words of the heavenly lightning banner. Save me. Indeed, I didn't hear it wrong. The heavenly lightning banner is continuously repeating the same message, asking to be saved. The heavenly lightning banner is speaking like that. My sixth sense whispers. Speak to the heavenly lightning banner. That is the way to survive. Ugh. Struck by lightning as I fall through the void, I stop in my tracks. Jin Byako, who is chasing after me, lifts the heavenly lightning banner with a sneer. Remarkable. You dare to stand against me holding the heavenly lightning banner? Huh. I focus my mind even more. I concentrate my consciousness on the heavenly lightning banner. I cannot see its form, but I can see its intent. That means heart language might work. I convey my intention to the heavenly lightning banner through heart language. How do you want me to save you? Immediately, the heavenly lightning banner replies. Release me from the descendants of the golden deity. I cannot even grasp you, let alone see you with my naked eye. I will tell you my real name. Strongly think of my real name and grab me. Then you might be able to grasp me. The real name of the heavenly lightning banner? There's no time to think. Tell me. Through the intent of the heavenly lightning banner, its name is firmly imprinted in my mind. The essence of the great heavenly punishment, Zhengli, political motivation. Zhengli. As I deeply invoke the name of the heavenly lightning banner, I face Jin Byako. There's only one chance. Crackle. Circuits of the Mad Lord are laid throughout my body. Yuan Yu, who I took while fleeing from Jin Byako, also becomes blood body skin armor and melts into me. Looking at Jin Byako, I open my mouth to probe him. Do you, by any chance, know the true name of the heavenly lightning banner? Seemingly surprised by my question, Jin Byako laughs and says, the heavenly lightning banner is just the heavenly lightning banner. What kind of nonsense are you spouting? He doesn't know, but perhaps this is for the best. Even if I hold Zhengli as an outsider, they won't be able to find out. It means I can catch him off guard for a moment. Anyway, why did you, who followed the Sea Dragon King, suddenly pop up and try to steal my disciple and the divine object of our sect? If you confess now, I might consider leniency. Confess, huh? I bitterly smile and face Jin Byako head-on. Don't you realize the moment you arrived in the middle realm with the heavenly lightning banner, your golden divine heavenly thunder sect was fated for calamity? What? On the steel of the golden divine heavenly thunder sect's ancestor Yang Sujin, floating in ascension path, it is written that one must not ascend with the heavenly lightning banner. Once you reach the 4-axis stage, you should be able to travel dimensions, so it wouldn't hurt to go back and check. What nonsense are you spouting now? As expected, it didn't get through. The content of Ascension Path steel has been passed down to our sect. To ascend with a calm heart. That's what the steel says. What does a thing like you know about it? What's this? It seems like he has a strange understanding of the steel's content. The transmission has been corrupted over time. As long as he believes what he knows is correct, there's nothing I can do. Do you know about the shrine where Yang Sujin's steel was enshrined? During the era Yang Sujin was alive, his shrine built in the Central Imperial Kingdom fell to the heaven-treading desert, and the other half of Yang Sujin's steel also fell to the heaven-treading desert along with the shrine. And that was Yuan Li's Black Castle. I swear on the honor and integrity of the respected Sea Dragon King, Xiao Huiol, my words are not false. To invoke the name of the Sea Dragon King? Upon mentioning Xiao Huiol, Jin Byako seems startled and furrows his brows. Are you saying that your theft of the heavenly lightning banner is also the will of the Sea Dragon King? Yes, exactly. The Sea Dragon King found an ancient record about Yang Sujin within the Earth Tribe territory. Based on that record, and after some investigations, he concluded that the heavenly lightning banner should remain with the golden divine heavenly thunder sect, and promptly dispatched me to retrieve it. Jin Byako falls silent for a moment at my words. Then, he shakes his head and shouts firmly, that's a lie. The glorious and just Sea Dragon King Xiao Huiol I know would have invited me honestly, shared the truth, and warned me. He wouldn't meddle and try to steal from another sect. As expected, he's not fooled. Without knowing the relationship Xiao Huiol had with Jin Byako, Hyoguak, and Azure Tiger Saint, I can't properly fabricate a story. But that's okay. The mere fact that Jin Byako was shaken by the mention of Xiao Huiol's words is enough. Yes, shaken is enough. Whoosh. The formless sword of treading heavens that envelopes my entire body turns golden in an instant. I will revive it. The radiance of surpassing radiant saber. Fwa. In an instant, I become a blade faster than lightning. A saber surpassing even the speed of light, and charge at Jin Byako. In that instant, as if time itself is split, I strongly envision the name Zhengli while successfully grabbing the transparent flag in Jin Byako's hand. Crackle. Tremendous lightning surges, but unlike before, I definitely grasp its real form. Crack. Holding onto the heavenly lightning banner, I retreat and escape. Boom. In the blink of an eye. No, in fact, in an even shorter moment, I split the instant with the formless sword turned surpassing radiant saber and successfully stole the heavenly lightning banner. Ugh-ha-ack. Whether it's the backlash from forcibly changing the formless sword, blood spurts from my 7 orifices, and my sturdy body is violently shaken. However, I have succeeded. Ha 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 ha. Jin Byako's pupils tremble crazily, and I laugh maniacally as I cut space and re-enter the physical world. Phew. With dense spiritual energy around, Heavenly Human Island is visible in the distance. Behind me, Jean Bayako is furiously splitting space to follow. No, holding the Heavenly Lightning banner, I head towards Heavenly Human Island, laughing. Now I'm almost there. That's when it happens. Whisper, whisper, whisper. A whisper tickles my ears. It's the whisper of the Heavenly Lightning banner. What's the matter? What's happening? The Heavenly Lightning banner trembles as if moved and says, "Thank you for freeing me from the descendants of the golden deity who tormented me. Please, I ask for just one more request." A request? Call my name. Out loud. It's an extremely bizarre request. Is there something behind this? Wondering if the Heavenly Lightning banner is playing some trick on me, I look up at the sky to measure the celestial energy. There was nothing unusual. My fate is calm. Why do you want me to call your name? For the last tens of thousands of years, no one from the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder sect has ever spoken to me. It was a time of profound loneliness. Please, I beg of you, call my name. Is it simply because it felt lonely from not having its name called? I look at the celestial energy once more. Even after imagining myself calling its name, the celestial energy remains unchanged. Whether I call its name or not, there is no change in the celestial energy. Well, if it purely wants its name to be called. I nod, looking at the lonely intent of the Heavenly Lightning banner. Wawoom. At the same moment, my body turns into a sword and pierces through the barrier of Heavenly Human Island, entering into it. Now, all I have to do is to board the teleportation array to the Light Spirit Pond. From there on, my plan will be practically complete. I soar towards the teleportation array leading to the Light Spirit Pond. Arriving in front of it, I decide to grant the wish of the Heavenly Lightning banner. Tot. Standing on the teleportation array, I call the name of the Heavenly Lightning banner. Zhengli. Simultaneously, I see Jean Bayako chasing after me from afar and activate the teleportation array. Farewell. The Heavenly Lightning banner will be safely hidden by me. The light of the teleportation array flashes, starting its transportation. And then, nothing happens. Ha ha. Finally caught you, you damn thief. It really was a close call. Wawoom. Jean Bayako gasps for breath as he enters the inside of the teleportation array. Sweating coldly, I look around. The teleportation array isn't working. Since your claim of being under the Sea Dragon King also seems like a lie, I will first use the traditional punishment method of the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder sect and impale you on a lightning pillar for 100 days. Then, look here, sect leader. Are you scared? But the crime of kidnapping a disciple and stealing the divine artifact of the sect. Sect leader. I shout out loud, trembling. Shying. The light of the teleportation array is fading. Simultaneously, through the vision of the Earth tribe, I capture the flow of heaven and earth spiritual energy acting strangely. I knew you were crazy, but to scream in this situation. Gulp. Jean Bayako stumbles as he approaches me, spewing out a mouthful of blood. Not just that. Ugh. I, too, feel an increasing amount of blood spurting from my organs and my entire body's blood boiling. Something's wrong. The flow of yin and yang is entangled. The laws of the world are flowing wildly. Quong. I swing my fist, breaking the ceiling of the teleportation array building, and look up at the sky. My eyes widen. The celestial energy, which had been fine until a moment ago, is twisting like crazy. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm deeply grateful. In the next moment, endless words of gratitude echo from the Heavenly Lightning banner. Finally, I can return to my rightful master. What's this? Thank you. Thank you very much. To speak a name out loud is to utter fate itself. The act of fate speaking has resounded through the 3,000 worlds. Now, my master can find me at any moment. ZDZT. Simultaneously, amidst the twisted flow of yin and yang, lightning energy begins to appear. It starts with static electricity circling the entire body. But the static electricity gradually intensifies, creating a powerful electric force. Soon, not only I but also all buildings and pedestrians above Heavenly Human Island begin to be engulfed in lightning. I sincerely regret learning the name of the Heavenly Lightning banner. I shouldn't have carelessly uttered it. I have learned knowledge that should not have been carelessly known. Gulp. The sky splits in two and opens. Beyond the open sky, a gigantic eye that fills the entire sky begins to gaze down upon Heavenly Human Island. A true immortal, from a faraway dimension, begins to peer down upon this land in its true form. Chapter 212, The Clown and the Performance 1. Join the Discord for chapter updates donations. It's surreal. I feel as if I'm submerged in water, floating through a bizarre illusion. It's a strange space. The boundaries between colors are blurred, and at the same time, numerous pieces of knowledge, history, and futures seem to float around me. I float aimlessly here, grasping onto my dazed consciousness. I lost consciousness facing the heavenly tribulation that fell upon heavenly human island. But where am I now? As I try to regain consciousness and become aware of my surroundings, delicate, white, jade-like fingers caress my cheek. I express my gratitude to you. By uttering my name, you have allowed my lore to find me more quickly, finally freeing me from the dreadful descendants of the golden deity. A soft voice, someone with white hair and clothes made of lightning, is stroking my head. You bear a fierce fate of heavenly tribulation. In recognition of your help, I shall bestow a blessing upon you. The entity whispers into my ear with a distant-sounding voice. And then, I feel something imbue itself into my very being as I lose consciousness along with the entity's whisper. Flash. I open my eyes. I am surrounded by ashes. From my last memory, I remember the heavenly lightning banner invoking some sort of judgment with the power of the true immortal, scattering heavenly tribulation everywhere. Certainly, it is the heavenly human island. But it's different from the heavenly human island I know of. There is nothing left. The once thriving headquarters of the human race has all turned to a handful of ashes floating away. Everyone walking the streets is Throp. Grrrr. I clutch my head. Images flood my brain of people praying, transforming into lightning, vaporizing, and being sucked up into the sky. Return. 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 Ha ha kayak. I scream, holding my head. Up until now, I have met true immortals a few times and even thought I could have a decent conversation with them. But at this very moment, I realize how arrogant, foolish, and naive that thought was. Return. Someone keeps whispering in my ear. Over and over. I want to kneel down and pray right then and there. Only that would bring relief. But, no. I barely control my body and stand up. Huff. Huff. Cold sweat drips down. Encountering the other true immortals had been painful to recall, but recalling them didn't pose a burden in itself. Only now do I realize. It was all because I was facing merely avatars, or remnants of consciousness within a drop of blood. What I saw today was the true body. A true immortal revealing itself without any consideration for mortals is indescribably horrifying. Return. Ha ha. I am startled by the voice echoing in my ears. Not just startled, but terrified. What is this? My fingertips flicker, shimmering with a blue light. It's electricity. The nature of lightning flickers at my fingertips. But it isn't just emitting spiritual energy with lightning properties. What terrifies me is that my fingertips are slowly transforming into electricity. Return. As the whispering continues, the range of the transformation slowly expands. Huff. Huff. I sweat coldly, twisting a strained smile. Really, this life hasn't been easy. The fingertips transforming into lightning will disperse and vanish if not supplied with spiritual energy. I can feel it clearly. This lightning consuming my body will eventually devour even my nascent soul, completely turning me into lightning itself and scattering me. It isn't about becoming a spirit of lightning or evolving into another being. Literally, it's about returning to a more magnificent being as a streak of lightning. Merely cutting off my hand won't solve the problem. Return. As long as the whispers stay in my ears, even if I change bodies, this symptom will keep recurring. Will the whispering continue until my entire body and nascent soul is completely turned into lightning? It's absurd. What is terrifying is that this isn't necessarily done with malice by the true immortal. The target of the true immortal's malice was the golden divine heavenly thunder sect. I clearly remember the energy of heavenly tribulation flying towards the direction of the golden divine heavenly thunder sect. The golden divine heavenly thunder sect was not to return to the true immortal, but was to be reduced to ashes and perish entirely. Thus, this phenomenon isn't because the true immortal harbored malice and cursed me. It happened merely because I had directly gazed at the true immortal's true body. Just once. When the true immortal first pushed its gigantic eyeball into the sky, that one brief glance that was less than a second, that one glance caused this phenomenon. Return. Out of nowhere, I've become terminally ill. Judging by the pace at which my fingertips are slowly being consumed, my lifespan is at most a year. At the shortest, around 100 days. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Suddenly, I burst into laughter, finding everything absurd. What in the world is this? Was it a mistake to choose Seo Huil from the start? Nothing has been going right in this life. In the beginning, I was merely used by Seo Huil. I vowed revenge and spent time in the lower realm, but being in the lower realm, I couldn't exert any significant influence. Even after coming back up, my plan to steal the heavenly lightning banner failed completely. Then, after checking the celestial energy and thinking there would be no problems, I carelessly called out a name and ended up with a terminal condition. Really, full of misfortune. I'm going insane. I sigh, looking at my fingertips that are fizzling and dispersing. What should I do? I have at most a year left with this terminal curse. Within that time, can I possibly achieve anything? No, before that. What should I do? I chuckle vacantly, discovering the secrets of the dragon race, including Co Huil and the Black Dragon King, checking on Ohio's situation, stealing the Heavenly Lightning Banner. All failed. I haven't achieved any of the goals I set for this life. So what more should I do? What more can I do within this short, terminal life? Perhaps it's not so bad to just wait for death to come slowly. Yes, let's just comfortably give up like this. No. I shake my head at the voice that came from within. That's not it. What can I possibly do? No, that's not the question to ask. Don't question, stand up. Crack. Though I haven't achieved anything in this life, that doesn't mean it's worthless. It's a miserable life, but still, it's better than being a puppet of the Mad Lord. At least now my heart is beating, my body is moving, and I can act on my own will. Humph. Despite the despair of achieving nothing, despite living a life of repeated failures, still I am alive. Then, the very fact of being alive means I can do something. I shake off the shadows looming in my mind and stand up. Yes, there's still one thing left to do. Co Huil's purpose, Ohio's whereabouts, the theft of the Heavenly Lightning Banner. Besides these, there is one more thing I aim to do. Co Huil's marriage. More precisely, the promise I made to be a witness to the vast cold oath between Co Huil and Gurion. There is still an opportunity to keep that promise. Gubek still has the vast cold oath. That means Gubek and Co Huil still have unresolved issues between them. Witnessing how their relationship, their karma, ends. That task is still left for me to do. My life has been full of failures. It is also a life that will end in a year. Then, let's at least fulfill that promise within that remaining time. To the Earth Tribe territory. Let's go. I soar into the sky. To the Earth Tribe territory, let's settle their relationship. After all, a story started must be seen to its end. Thus, I decide to spend the last of my remaining life keeping my promise with Gurion. And, somehow or another, I vow to give Co Huil a piece of my mind within that final moment. I activate the teleportation array to the Light Spirit Pond in Heavenly Human Island. When dealing with a madman, one must become a madman. First off, I intend to meet the Mad Lord. Earth Tribe True Dragon Alliance. Near the Serving Command Arc, Cloudheart Lake. Near that Cloudheart Lake, a building inspired by the immortal demon tower of the Serving Command Arc is erected. The tower's core formation realm master, Ma 1, Demon Ape, recruited musicians and dancers like the Demon Immortal Tower, and soon, 2 applicants appeared. What's your name? Yuwa. And your specialty? I can play the zither. One is Yuwa. She quickly passes the audition with her zither playing skills. Ma 1 was moved by Yuwa's performance to the point of being stirred. Amazing. A great talent has come. With Yuwa alone, my Demon Ape Pavilion can become a popular place among the nearby demon races like the Immortal Demon Tower. Filled with hope, Ma 1 accepts Yuwa and then interviews the next applicant. What's your name? Gubek. And your specialty? Dancing. You're a bit terse. What are you going to do about it? The next applicant, Gubek, has a prickly personality, making it difficult for Ma 1 to handle. Judging by her appearance, she doesn't seem to have a spiritual vein, almost like a slave race. What makes her act like this in front of me? A core formation demon. Though taken aback by Gubek's attitude, Ma 1 decides to see her dance. Yuwa may be excellent, but honestly, there are no other applicants besides these 2. I should at least check her skills. However, as soon as Gubek starts to move, Ma 1 exclaims in amazement. It's like watching a majestic dragon. Her movements are strictly those of dragon form Soaring Claw, but Ma 1 recognizes Gubek's martial arts as a dance due to her splendid movements. By the time Gubek's dance demonstration ends, Ma 1 has made up his mind. These 2 must be secured. Although Ma 1 is a core formation stage demon, he has a weak and frail body, unable to fight or work properly. Ordinary tower masters by weaker races sold as slaves in the slave market and exploit their talents to run their establishments. However, Ma 1, having not a spirit stone to his name, has to bring in employees instead of slaves. Do you have any desired salary conditions for joining my Demon Ape Pavilion? After accepting Gubek and Yuwa, Ma 1 calls them to negotiate their wages. I intend to accommodate whatever demands as much as possible. After all, they're probably from slave races who haven't even reached chi gathering, let alone chi building, so they won't have big demands. From Ma 1's perspective, they are almost free labor, so he speaks as if he will support them with anything to keep their spirits up. At that, Gubek looks at Ma 1 with a sullen gaze and asks, "Do you have the means to meet those demands?" Of course. Is there something you want? 100 caddies of high-grade clarity crystals, a bundle of top-quality demon firegrass, and at least mid-grade black essence fragrance are given as basics, right? What? These are items even slaves receive in Immortal Demon Tower. Don't they get provided here? No, wait. Setting aside clarity stones and demon firegrass, black essence fragrance is something you can't even get without being at the nascent soul stage. What exactly are you asking for? Can't you do even this? Gubek tilts his head, seemingly not understanding for a moment. Upon receiving a signal from Yuhua with her eyes, she sighs and nods. Fine, I'll drop my greed. Then, let's lower the standard a bit. For a while, Gubek and Mal One struggled to find a compromise. Damn, if it weren't for her fantastic dancing skills, I would have turned this slave race into pill right away. She wants too much considering she's just a slave. When Gurion was alive, I lowered the standard to the treatment of the eastern beasts in front of Gurion, and they can't even fulfill this. It's no different from the lower realms. I lowered the standard to what the slave races in the east of Gurion's territory received when she was alive, and yet they can't even fulfill that? This is no different from the lower realms. The two demons, despite being dissatisfied with each other, reluctantly make a contract. Afterwards, Yuhua and Gubek head to the lodging assigned to them. Ugh, I don't like this. After seeing her room, Gubek clicks her tongue and enters. Yuhua follows, laughing. To Miss Gubek, it may not be satisfactory, but for a poor core formation stage demon, this is quite a decent room. Don't act friendly, Heart Tribe. I've tolerated you because you were with Seo Eunhyun, but I still find the existence of the Heart Tribe unpleasant. Oh my. Now that Miss Gubek has also, albeit incompletely, entered the last quarter, you're officially a member of the Heart Tribe, are you not? Humph. Gubek ignores Yuhua and enters the room, with Yuhua following her and continuing the conversation. I understand you don't like me, but have you made up your mind? Gubek sighs and sits at the table of the room assigned to her. Over the past month while returning from the Heaven-Earth Palace to the Earth Tribe territory, Gubek tried to sort out her feelings for Seo Huil. But her feelings for Seo Huil are still unclear. She despises him intensely, yet memories of deep affection are deeply missed. She has no clue how to deal with him. I don't know. Would you like to see him from a distance, at least? What? What if he recognizes me? It might be a bit cruel, Miss Gubek, but Seo Huil will not associate you with Gurion when he sees you. What does that mean? Well, yes. Gurion lets out a hollow laugh. The sturdy scales, powerful teeth, slender body, and even her cultivation. She has lost it all. Though the appearance of the transformed body is the same, that is it. If she covers her transformed body's appearance and looks from afar, Seo Huil will never recognize her. If I see him, can I sort out my feelings? She ponders for a moment, placing her hand on her stifling heart. It's uncertain. I'm not even sure if I can see Seo Huil sober. Perhaps she might rush at him in a frenzy the moment she sees his face. Eventually, after a brief consideration, Gurion shakes her head. Forget it. I don't think I can control myself. That's so. Anyway, I also need to check on Seo Huil's situation and what happened to my disciple, so I'll go regardless. Yeah, I have places to visit near the serving command arc anyway. Places to visit. Gubek shrugs. I might have taken a job in disguise near where Seo Huil lives, but honestly, I have no intention of really dancing and singing in such a place. There are a few resources around serving command arc suitable for core formation stage cultivators, so I'm going to retrieve them. Ah well, I enjoy playing music, so it doesn't matter how long I stay here. Alright then. After all, the more resources, the better. As she's about to leave Gubek's room with a smile, Yuhua suddenly feels something odd and looks back at Gubek. But Miss Gubek wouldn't even consider anything less than nascent soul stage materials like black essence fragrance. Why did Miss Gurion store merely core formation stage materials near serving command arc when she was alive? Gubek answers nonchalantly. It wasn't me who stored them. Excuse me. There was a pet demon beast that Seo Eunhyun was raising. He was looking for cultivation resources for it, so I gave him some suitable core formation stage resources. I heard the location from Seo Eunhyun, so if I go there, I should find them. Daoist Seo raising a pet demon beast is unexpected. He claimed it wasn't a pet but a friend, but well, given the difference in their cultivation, it's pretty much a pet. Seo Eunhyun left it near serving command arc before we fell to the lower realm. I wonder if it has reached Chi building by now. A friend, huh? What species is that demon beast? At Yua's question, Gubek seems to think for a moment. It seemed like some kind of longworm, a centipede, I think. That should be right. And Seo Eunhyun named it. If I remember correctly, Hong Fan. Great plan. Chapter 213, The Clown and the Performance. 2. Join the Discord for chapter updates donations. Whoosh. Cutting through the vast mountain ranges and forests of the True Dragon Alliance, a figure is flying through the air, stepping on the void. It's Gubek. Flying through the air is not as difficult as I thought. It's just a matter of adding a bit more skill to the gliding technique that is in Gurion's memories. Seo Eunhyun was surprised that Gubek had an unexpected talent, but from Gubek's perspective, it was nothing more than a rehabilitation exercise. Gurion, who was supposed to become a dragon king of the integration stage, died, and the remnant that is Gubek isn't even at the level of a core formation stage of the Heart Tribe. which honestly did not please her. If there is such a thing as talent, why can't I even enter the realm of beyond the path? From Gyubek's standpoint, it's shameful that she, with her experience nearing the integration stage, cannot even reach the realm corresponding to the core formation stage of the heart tribe. Just as the saying goes, at the extremes, enlightenment is shared. She thought that to some extent, her experiences would resonate with the realm of the heart tribe. Indeed, up to the ultimate pinnacle that Seo Eunhyun mentioned, Gurion's experiences were applicable. However, from the realm of beyond the path to heavens onwards, it was infuriatingly incomprehensible. She couldn't understand what was being said. Somehow, by using the vast cold oath, she managed to half-step into beyond the path to heavens. But that was applicable only when facing Seo Huil. She realized she could not reach the realm of beyond the path. Do I have to yearn and yearn again? She is indeed yearning. But whether Gyubek is yearning out of hatred for Seo Huil or out of love for him, she cannot tell. She is yearning, but she doesn't know for what. That's why she can't reach the realm of beyond the path. The manifestation of the heart tribe is just too alien. While there are aspects that resonate with the enlightenment of the heaven and earth tribes, the manifestation of the heart tribe is far too irregular compared to the specific rules of the heaven and earth tribes' methods. Even Yu Hua and Seo Eunhyun, masters of the heart tribe, said they had never seen someone create a treading heavens that only worked for one person using the vast cold oath. The heaven collapsing esteemed one had seen it once or twice, but when she asked for an explanation, he said the situation was too different for Gyubek and refused to explain. There are no rules to it, and it's too alien. Indeed, even when she was Gurion, she thought of the heart tribe as such alien beings. Just too alien. Gyubek, when she was a prospective dragon king in the times of Gurion, knew one fact about the heaven, earth, and heart tribes, and true immortals. There are heaven immortals corresponding to the heaven tribe and earth immortals, that is, immortal beasts corresponding to the earth tribe. However, there was nothing like that for the heart tribe. She had never heard of any existence at the level of true immortals corresponding to the heart tribe. Even more astonishing was that, when she was young, she met a sacred master of the sacred vessel stage. Even Sacred Master Baekwon did not know what true immortals corresponding to the heart tribe are called, or whether they exist or not. It's as if they didn't originally exist, but then someone forcibly inserted them into the flow of history. Too bizarre. Thinking this, Gyubek continued to air step, heading towards the resource warehouse of Seo Eunhyun's pet demon beast. Swoosh. A while later, Gyubek arrived in front of a large waterfall near the serving command arc. The waterfall was neatly divided into white and black streams falling down, with a dark cave faintly visible behind it. This place holds the stored resources. Since the other members of the Golden Dragon race had come and collected the resources and her belongings after Gurion died, she had no choice but to search for this resource warehouse for Seo Eunhyun's pet demon beast. Of course, if I go to the Golden Dragon race, I could be recognized as Gurion and treated as a member of the dragon race. A 4-axis stage cultivator can be resurrected once, or in a few special cases, more than twice. This does not refer to those who have some remnants of their nascent soul or golden core left, but to those who have truly died, their nascent souls collapsed. Of course, resurrection after the nascent soul had collapsed meant reviving at a stage lower than nascent soul. Still, being able to resurrect and accumulate cultivation again is enough for those at the 4-axis stage and above to be treated as formidable beings. Some demon races do not resurrect after death because they missed the proper time for resurrection or do not wish to be resurrected. Yet, there are exceptions. Despite not wanting to resurrect, those with a desire for life or unresolved resentment sometimes had parts of their spirit resurrected, thanks to the immense life force of a 4-axis stage cultivator. They were commonly referred to as fragments, or by the derogatory term leftovers. This is because they are beings born not from an official resurrection but from the obsession of a 4-axis cultivator, and thus often resurrected in a body incapable of proper cultivation. How these remnants are treated varies by race, depending on whether they are honored as the 4-axis cultivator they once were or simply as remnants. The Golden Dragon clan, which Gurion belongs to, is a race that accords the same respect to leftovers as to the 4-axis stage cultivator themselves due to the significant amount of the cultivator's memories they retain. Therefore, when a leftover is born within the Golden Dragon clan, they are often given the role of teaching the young dragons, assigning them many duties. Gyubek, too, would likely have been honored in this way, but she does not want that. Even if she wanted to, if Seo Huil found out she had resurrected in the form of a leftover, he would come to kill her. First, I'll meet Seo Huil again someday. Meet Seo Huil again, settle her feelings properly, and face the end. Whether to strike Seo Huil or to quietly meet death at his hands. That is what Gyubek wants. And for that, she has to find and eat even the feed for Seo Eunhyun's pet demon beast. I don't expect to achieve much with just core formation stage elixir, but at least I can elevate my spiritual meridians to the chi building stage and circulate pure spiritual force within my body. Just being able to circulate pure spiritual force within her body will allow her a significant increase in strength. Of course, she finds it laughable that she is struggling to obtain the power of the chi building stage, which she could have crushed with her toe before. But what can she do? She decides not to think about whether it's funny or not and searches the cave. Seo Eunhyun said he placed a barrier around here. She gropes around for the barrier Seo Eunhyun supposedly set up. Soon, she notices a place where the flow of spiritual energy twists. Even though she has become a leftover, the vision of the Earth tribe remains. She follows the flow of spiritual energy and launches a strike. Boom! As she slashes through the air, the strike from her hand touches the weakest part of the spiritual energy flow, dismantling the barrier. She sighs slightly as she looks at a few insect feed pellets, several tens of kilograms of spirit stones, and core formation stage spiritual herbs and fruits in front of her. He said he filled it a lot, but it's not much. The resources are laughably scant. If she had been presented with these resources during her time as Gurion, she would have considered it an insult. But she decides to be grateful for even this much and picks up one of the nearby spiritual fruits to eat. That's when it happens. Ta-da-da-da-da. A strange sound echoes, and something enters the cave. Gyubek tenses up and glares at the newcomer. Soon after, it reveals itself. It's a centipede large enough to fill the interior of the cave. The centipede's eyes meet with Gyubek's. They look at each other for a moment, and just as Gyubek ponders whether to attack the centipede or not, words come out of the centipede's mouth. Who was missed to be stealing from someone else's warehouse? The tone is unexpectedly polite. So you are an acquaintance of Master. Gyubek came out of the cave and sat down to talk with the giant centipede, Hong Fan. Surprisingly, Hong Fan readily believed Gyubek's words and nodded. If you are an acquaintance of Master, you are always welcome. Feel free to take anything you want. Anyway, these items haven't been of much use to me since I reached the core formation stage. Core formation? Gyubek looks up at Hong Fan and asks. The last time I saw you as a baby, you had just reached the early stages of chi refining. Hee. You remember my childhood, so you must be a long-time acquaintance of Master. Well, you could say that. But to think that Centipede reached the core formation stage in just a few decades. Gyubek looks at the centipede demon beast in front of her with astonishment. However, the centipede demon beast just laughs heartily, as if unaware of Gyubek's bewildered feelings. It's nothing special. I possess a magic artifact that enhances the spiritual nature within my body. With the help of an external divine object, it's only natural. Swoosh. The centipede wriggles its many legs, and after a while, pulls out a long pipe from between its carapaces. It's a magic artifact called the Immortal Demon Bamboo. Just one inhale enhances spirituality and improves the qualities of a demon race. Master gave me this magic artifact, Immortal Demon Bamboo. Gyubek is startled as she watches Hong Fan sucking on the Immortal Demon Bamboo. It is an item she recognizes. As far as I know, that magic artifact helps demon beasts condense their spirituality, but continuous use can lead to toxicity and death by poisoning, which is why its production was banned a long time ago. I guess I have a strong resistance to poison because it doesn't affect me at all. Whoosh. Hong Fan sucks on the bamboo pipe, inhales the smoke, then exhales it again while laughing heartily. Gyubek, watching Hong Fan, is puzzled. With your capabilities, you could have easily escaped any restrictions Seo Eunhyun might have placed and find your freedom. What kind of loyalty keeps you serving Seo Eunhyun? Whoosh. Laughing, Hong Fan smokes from the pipe again. You misunderstand. Master hasn't placed any restrictions on me. It's my choice to call and serve him as my master. My earliest memory is of naturally climbing onto Master's body, and he accepted me. The exhilarating memories of ascension with Master are still deeply engraved in my mind. Is it simply because Seo Eunhyun took care of you since you were young? No. Around the time I gained spirituality and intelligence, I realized my fate. I was born to assist and protect Master. I felt that was my fate. The Earth Tribe felt fate, even during the chi refining stage. It might be hard to believe, but it's true. That's unique. Does Seo Eunhyun know about this? How could he? Master suddenly went missing during my chi refining stage. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Master for decades. Where is Master, and what has he been doing? Faced with Hong Fan's peculiar stream of thought, Gyubek feels a sense of oddity. I can't understand this Earth Tribe demon beast talking about fate during the chi refining stage, and he still follows Seo Huiol, whom he hasn't seen in decades, and calls him Master. Gyubek finds the centipede demon beast, Hong Fan, quite extraordinary. When Seo Eunhyun returns to the Earth Tribe territory, I'll make sure he explains where he's been. Anyway, Gyubek points to the cave and asks, Co Eunhyun mentioned that this cave was originally filled with core formation stage spirit fruits and herbs. Did you eat them? Yes, that's correct. Thanks to Master, I've never lacked cultivation resources. That's Co Eunhyun. Did he tell you how to disable the barrier before he left? No. I observed the flow of the barrier and figured out how to dismantle the formation myself. You figured out how to dismantle the formation yourself? As Gyu Beck converses with Hong Fan, she is convinced. This guy has tremendous talent. Hong Fan is a genius. Gyu Beck can't help but be certain of this as she talks with him. 2 months passes. After meeting Hong Fan, Gyu Beck consumed the spirit medicines prepared by Co Eunhyun for Hong Fan and recovered her pure spiritual force. Meanwhile, Ma Won was preparing to open the pavilion, and Yu had been investigating Co Huiol's movements and the overall situation of the Earth Tribe. During this time, Co Eunhyun finally returned. It's been a while. Yes. Did you manage to accomplish what you intended to do in the human race territory? Not very well, but there were some achievements. Oh, and I'd like to introduce someone. Behind Co Eunhyun, a small, winged figure follows. Chapter 214, The Clown and the Performance, 3. Join the Discord for chapter updates donations. I introduce Yu Hua and Gyu Beck to the companion who came with me. Click, click, click. It's a puppet of the Mad Lord. The puppet, resembling the Mad Lord and at the nascent soul stage with wings on its back, is something I had seen in a previous life when I was chased by the Mad Lord and committed suicide. The puppet, clicking beside me for a while, suddenly starts biting its own arm like crazy and begins to rave. Co Huiol, Co Huiol, Co Huiol, where are you? Where is Co Huiol? Where is Co Huiol? Co Huiol, Co Huiol, Co Huiol, Co Huiol, Co Huiol. Seeing the suddenly raving puppet, Gyu Beck frowns. What is this unpleasant toy? It's not a toy. This is. I point at the puppet shouting for Co Huiol, a communication network directly connected to Co Huiol's archenemy. Co Huiol's archenemy? Yes. Let me introduce you. This person is known as Mad Lord Zhou Yun, a puppeteer cultivator who Co Huiol most dreaded before he ascended in the lower realm. Gyu Beck shows little reaction, but Yu Hua, on the other hand, jumps back in shock. Mad Lord Zhou Yun, the one with a notorious reputation not only in the Earth Tribe but also in the Heaven Tribe territory. It seems that after arriving in the Earth Tribe territory, Yu Hua had looked into the recent trends of the Earth Tribe and the situation in the Bright Cold Realm, including information about the Mad Lord. Yu Hua, while fearful of the infamous Mad Lord's reputation, seems intrigued by the artificial soul contained in the puppet, unable to take her eyes off the Mad Lord's puppet. I have gone through great lengths to persuade the esteemed Mad Lord to face Co Huiol, securing his assistance for this time. However, he moves as he pleases, so we couldn't set a date. But the Mad Lord will come to the Earth Tribe territory in 103 days from now and start bombing Co Huiol's location at Cloudheart Lake. Exclamation point. Upon hearing my words, Yu Hua seems interested while Gyu Beck has a complicated expression. Then, let's plan how to lure Co Huiol and trap him in the remaining 103 days. Sounds good. Let's do that. Thus, Yu Hua, Gyu Beck, and I started planning against Co Huiol together. After the meeting, I left the pavilion. By now, the sky has turned to night. Sigh. After seeing Yu Hua and Gyu Beck and having an intense meeting, I finally sigh, feeling relieved from the crisis. I really thought I was going to be modified. The Mad Lord was surprisingly logical. It's just that his logic is that of a madman's, not quite fitting with the world. He's a cultivator who would listen to anything as long as it aligns well with his mad logic. Oh, what's this? To come to my wonderfully mysterious fortress on his own. What do you think, my dear? This fellow has come on his own seeking an opportunity for evolution. As long as it's possible, let it be as splendid. Greetings, esteemed Mad Lord. I have come to make a proposal. Let's see. You said your name is Co Eunhyun, correct? General Co, Prince Co, Duke Co. Choose whichever you like. Does Sir perhaps know that Dragon King Co has found a lover? I am preparing to marry off Co Huiol this time. If the wedding proceeds, and he becomes a husband to the person he loves, perhaps even Co Huiol, with his filthy hard essence, might become a slightly better being, don't you think? What? The Dragon King is about to get married. I invite you to the wedding, Sir Mad Lord, to come and help Co Huiol become husband and wife with his loving partner. Co Huiol, Co Huiol, Co Huiol, Co Huiol, Co Huiol is getting married. Then of course I'll have it till Elpha finally found some he own loves very good. Delighted at the thought of personally marrying off Co Huiol, the Mad Lord agreed to come to the Earth Tribe territory on the set day to assist with Co Huiol's wedding ceremony. Then, let us meet on that day. Communication can be done through this puppet. Also, I have always admired the Mad Lord's puppetry, so I would like to learn from the Sir's disciple. Could you permit your disciple to accompany me until the day of the event? Sir Mad Lord? You. While talking about Co Huiol, cunningly pushed the conversation about your own evolution to the back. So, which one will you choose among General Seo, Prince Seo, and Duke Seo? I will borrow the disciple. From now on, let's communicate through this puppet. After that, I managed to escape from the Mad Lord's wonderfully mysterious fortress with Kim Yun and somehow made it to the Earth Tribe territory. Fortunately, by keeping in touch with the Mad Lord through the stolen puppet and exchanging opinions, the Mad Lord was indeed determined to personally oversee Seo Hui's marriage in 103 days. We've succeeded in drawing in the Mad Lord, so what remains is for us to plan and extract what we want from Seo Hui. Now, it's just a matter of coordinating what each of us wants. With that thought in mind, I approach someone standing far away, gazing at the distant moon while dressed in a light pink palace attire next to the Demon Ape Pavilion. It's Kim Yun. Yuna, aren't you cold? Duh. Let's go inside. I had succeeded in rescuing Kim Yun from the Mad Lord's grasp. However, the state of Kim Yun is strange. Her consciousness had retreated back into her skull and would not come out. Her eyes are dull and cloudy, and she does not speak a word. She continuously plays with small puppet toys in front of her, manipulating them for her amusement. Decades. The result of leaving Yun in the Mad Lord's care and neglecting her for decades. Kim Yun has developed mental issues again. It was beyond my control not to contact her in this life because of Seo Hui, but that's all just an excuse. Even under Seo Hui, if I had thought harder, there might have been a way to contact her. The distance was too far to use mysterious bizarre goo, and to communicate over that distance would require a ritual, which is why I left her alone for too long to avoid arousing Seo Hui's suspicion. I sit next to Kim Yun, who resists going inside, and watch her play with the puppet toys for a while. After some time, she leans tiredly against my shoulder and falls asleep. I gently embrace her with one arm. Crackle, crackle. Suddenly, I see the tips of my fingers turning into electricity and vaporizing. The remaining time, 103 days. It's possible that my whole body could vaporize within that short period. Let's make it a goal to awaken Kim Yun within that time. If I continue to speak to her heart essence through the sea of righteousness and mountain of grace, perhaps it might be possible. I pick up the peacefully sleeping Kim Yun and enter the temporary shelter I made nearby. Afterward, I come back outside the shelter to greet a guest who is waiting for me. Welcome, Hong Fan, I ask, looking at the giant centipede that has grown much larger than I remembered. The feeling of intent is definitely that of Hong Fan, but the creature has grown unexpectedly large. Have you been well in the meantime, master? Ah, yeah, you are. I hesitate for a moment, observing Hong Fan emitting the energy of the core formation stage. Have you reached the core formation stage? Yes, that's correct. I was able to reach this realm using the resources you left in the storeroom, master. How did you open the storeroom? Decades ago, I had never taught Hong Fan, who had the consciousness level of a 3- or 4-year-old child, how to undo the barriers on the storeroom. I dismantled the formation and went in. It was easy. Duh. I muttered to myself, realizing the extent of Hong Fan's capabilities. This creature is a genius. Before its intellect awakened, I just thought of it as a mere centipede, but after awakening, it turns out to be such a tremendous genius. I might even fall behind Hong Fan in cultivation if I'm not careful. So what brings you here? Since you've arrived, master, it's natural that I come to see you. No, besides that, I'm not your master. It'd be better if you address me properly. Just call me Seo Eunhyun. How could I do that to you, master? From the first day I saw master, it was my fate to live for you. Please allow me to serve you as my master. What is this all about? Setting aside the Earth Tribe's ability to see fate, it's almost impossible for the Heaven Tribe to look into their own fate so precisely. In short, Hong Fan's words are not really about seeing into fate, but rather a metaphor, indicating how much he wants to serve me. No, but why suddenly serve me? Of course, I am perplexed. Because of the serving command seal? Thinking about it, the serving command seal, which brings fortune, chose Hong Fan. In a way, Hong Fan can be considered a source of fortune for me. Is it simply because we met through the fortune of the serving command seal? That seems to be the only explanation for now. All right, later, if you're still serving me, please tell me a more proper reason. I have told you already. Well, if I find such a reason later, I'll let you know. Is that why you came to see me today? That, and I also wanted to ask where Master have been all this time and what happened. It's going to be a bit of a long story. All right, I sat next to Hong Fan and told him about various things. About being betrayed along with Gurion by Seo Hui and falling to the lower world. How I somehow achieved ascension again in the lower world along with Gu Beck, the fragment of Gurion. How I went to the Golden Divine Heavenly Thunder sect and met a true immortal. Crackle, crackling. I raise one hand and say, and that's how my hand ended up like this. How could that be? Hong Fan looks at my fingertips, and at the fluttering other arm, he sighs with a gulp. That's right. Already, my left hand has completely vaporized into electricity and scattered, and my right hand is also starting to vaporize from the fingertips. I am already dying. Return. The whisper of the true immortal still echoes in my ears. Master, you must not pass away. What can I do? It's the price for daring to steal a glance at the true immortal's jade body. Well, think of it positively. At least through the heavenly lightning banner, I received what you could call a blessing from the true immortal. Though this state is almost like a curse, my affinity for the lightning attribute significantly increases while being eroded by lightning. Return. Every time this ridiculous whisper echoes, my body vaporizes into lightning. It's a frightening and terrifying experience, but there are also fascinating aspects. Return. When the whispering stops and my body transforms back from lightning, at the same time, I gain knowledge about lightning. Literally, overcoming the whispers, I come to understand the nature of lightning, the principles of forming lightning, the basis of lightning cultivation methods, the principles behind lightning attribute techniques, and so on. Interesting. The whispers seem to be knowledge itself. In exchange for becoming terminally ill from witnessing the true immortal's true form, I have gained the enlightenment of lightning. 103 days left. Hoping that my body will not be completely consumed within that time, I look at the moon. Chapter 215, The Clown and the Performance 4. Join the Discord for chapter updates donations. Time flows quickly, and before we know it, there are only 50 days left until the arrival of the Mad Lord. Then, let's summarize the plan we have devised so far. In front of Yuhua and Gubek, I begin to outline the plan we had devised, detailing everyone's roles and what each of us wants to achieve. First, Yuhua wants to confirm the status of Baek Nyong and rescue him. And if possible, she also wants to rescue the white goat race and escape. Is that correct? Yes. And Miss Gubek, you need time to meet with Seo Huiol and talk, correct? Yes. In that case, we must first isolate Seo Huiol from the Sea Dragon Palace and others to eliminate the possibility of him receiving any support. Once we separate Seo Huiol from the Sea Dragon Palace, Yuhua will infiltrate to find Baek Nyong and the white goat race, and Miss Gubek and I will go to find Seo Huiol. That's the essence of our plan. Now, to execute the plan. Once the Mad Lord appears in 50 days, Seo Huiol will want to be as far away from the Mad Lord as possible. At this point, the Mad Lord is, frankly, a being that even Hien Eum, the Black Dragon King at the Grand Perfection integration stage, would struggle to defeat. In a past life, although Kim Yun struggled against the Black Dragon King Hien Eum with the Mad Lord's wonderfully mysterious fortress and puppets, that was only because of the foot of the star-shattering stage esteemed one. Even the Black Dragon King, with extensive combat experience at the pinnacle of the integration stage, was pushed back by the puppets controlled by Kim Yun. Then, even more so, then puppets controlled by the Mad Lord who has extensive experience as a puppeteer can definitely face 4 or more cultivators at the integration stage. In short, the moment Seo Huiol catches the Mad Lord's eye, Seo Huiol will be well on his way to becoming a Grand Prince. Seo Huiol is very aware of that fact and will try to stay as far away from the Mad Lord as possible. Knowing Seo Huiol, he will also know that the Black Dragon King's residence will not be safe from the Mad Lord. Hence, he will try to hide in a place where many other Earth Tribe Grand Cultivators of the integration stage gather. If there's such a place near Cloudheart Lake, there's only one. Serving Command Arc. Seo Huiol will try to hide inside the Serving Command Arc. Then, we just need to execute our respective plans during that opportunity. Yuhua will go to the Sea Dragon Palace to check on the White Goat race and Baek Nyong's situation. Miss Gubek and I will head to the Serving Command Arc to find Seo Huiol. Yuhua also said she wants to give Seo Huiol a piece of her mind, so she will probably come back to join us after rescuing Baek Nyong. Then, together with Yuhua, we'll strike Seo Huiol with her 3rd stage manifestation. By doing so, Seo Huiol will inevitably have to face Yuhua's heavenly tribulation when he reaches the next stage. And I, too, will show Seo Huiol something interesting. I've prepared a secret technique that can smack the back of Seo Huiol's head hard. All we need to do is get Seo Huiol to a place where he cannot receive any help. How can we lead Seo Huiol into such a place? It's impossible to lure Seo Huiol with bait. Seo Huiol will definitely not move alone. Probably even if he hides in the Serving Command Arc, he will move with at least dozens of peers or higher stage demon beasts. But even if Seo Huiol cannot be moved, others can be made to move. This is where Yuhua is needed. She will reveal her presence on the lowest floor of the Serving Command Arc. If the other Earth Tribe members notice the presence of Yuhua, a manifestation 3rd stage expert of the Heart Tribe, they will be enraged and head to the lowest floor of the Serving Command Arc to capture her. Yuhua, with the record of transcending cultivation and exhausting martial arts, will hide her presence on the lowest floor of the Serving Command Arc and escape smoothly. Of course, Seo Huiol, sensing something amiss, might leave some behind, but I have prepared Yuan Yu for them. Yuan Li, the original body of Yuan Yu, was originally a devilish cultivator prepared to ascend to the blood-ean realm. In short, the devilish arts Yuan Yu mastered, such as the blood demon suppressing sea light and blood chain binding forest, are very similar to the energy of the heavenly fiends of the blood-ean realm. That means other cultivators remaining with Xiao Huiol can be sent off with a heavenly fiend of the blood-ean realm as bait. Of course, Xiao Huiol might follow the decoy Yuan Yu, but I have prepared a secret move to ensure Xiao Huiol cannot move. If this measure is activated, Xiao Huiol will definitely have to stay in place. And when Xiao Huiol is completely alone, Yu Hua, Gubek, and I will surround Xiao Huiol, leaving him no chance to escape. After giving Miss Gubek and Xiao Huiol a chance to talk, Yu Hua and I will inflict a fatal wound on Xiao Huiol. This is the strategy we've devised. Is there anything else you think we should add or remove? There's nothing more on a large scale. Now let's move into the details, like how to figure out which floor of the serving command arc Xiao Huiol will hide in, and so on. We thus delve into the finer details, organizing the branches of the plan. Whoosh! After today's meeting ended, I returned to my residence, briefly restrained Kim Yun so she couldn't struggle, and then used Sea of Righteousness and Mountain of Grace. Swoosh! A galaxy's sword seems to fly towards her, then enters into her heart essence. The strike containing my nascent soul enters into her mental world, traveling within her inner self. Moving in and out of her inner self, my goal is to gradually awaken her with my call. Sea of Righteousness and Mountain of Grace seemed to be effective, as Yun's eyes, which had been cloudy, began to clear. Her condition is improving. At this rate, it seems possible to reunite with her before the ceremonial day arrives. I hope, before this life ends, I can meet you again. I sigh softly to myself as I look at my right arm, now vanished up to the elbow. At this pace, I might not have any limbs remaining by the ceremony day. My death is drawing near. After using the Sea of Righteousness and Mountain of Grace, I tiredly look up at the sky. Whirring. A swarm of tiny fly puppets are flying through the air. Literally, they are fly-shaped General CEOs. I mass-produced these miniature General CEOs and sent them all around the Serving Command arc. Since the Serving Command arc is vast, spreading a surveillance network with these puppets in advance will allow us to quickly ascertain where Xiao Huiol moves when executing the plan. The small mass-produced General CEOs spread out all around the Serving Command arc. As the ceremony day approaches, Gubek's expression becomes more complicated, and Yu Hua spends even more time gnashing her teeth. Every day until the ceremony day, I use the Sea of Righteousness and Mountain of Grace on Kim Yun to bring her consciousness to the surface. Hong Fan, saying he will make something helpful for me, continues to gather various herbs, spiritual herbs, and poisonous herbs to concoct something. Now, the many General CEOs are scattered all around the Serving Command arc, settled into many of the structures within. In this way, they will become my faithful eyes and ears, guiding me to wherever Xiao Huiol might flee. Whirring. I move the small generals to scout the Serving Command arc, investigating any terrain that might aid or conversely harm Xiao Huiol. I also gather information by eavesdropping on the Earth Tribe's rumors with the many generals. After several days, Ying. While controlling the small generals, I hear through rumors that there are hidden spaces throughout the Serving Command arc. Hidden spaces. If such places exist, they will be perfect for Xiao Huiol to hide. It's best if I find them quickly. I begin to lay the Mad Lord's circuits remotely through the small generals and places within the Serving Command arc suspected to contain hidden spaces. As the circuits are laid out, areas with hidden spaces block the connection of the circuits because there is no space for the circuits to pass. Where there is no space, there are many paths for the circuits to pass, smoothly laying out the Mad Lord's circuits. In this way, I discover over 20,000 hidden spaces on each floor of the Serving Command arc. It's astonishing. Luckily, I have the miniature General CEOs. If I didn't have the ability to create General CEOs, I would have had to suffer, searching through the enormous 120,000 hidden spaces by hand. Although it isn't possible to discover all spaces at once with the miniature generals, I sequentially send the mini General CEOs deeper a little at a time, entering into the spaces to identify the hidden ones. As everyone makes their efforts, the ceremony day gradually approaches. Master, please take this. I take what Hong Fan is offering. What is this? What Hong Fan handed over is a bottle containing a blue liquid. I slightly sniff the liquid and frown. It's poison. Yes, it's made from poisonous herbs. What kind of poison is it? It's a poison that amplifies pain. It doesn't just affect the nerves. The spiritual power within the poison stimulates the soul, causing the consciousness to also feel pain. A single drop can amplify the sensitivity to pain by more than 60,000 times for a brief period. I mobilized all my talent to create this poison. I see. Did you make this for me to use? Yes. Anyone who gets even a drop of this poison on their skin will be in so much pain that they would rather die, their mind almost leaving them. But what about its lethality? It has almost no lethality. It's made solely to inflict pain. Good. This will be very helpful to me. I realized that this poison is the answer Feng had come up with after hearing about our last operation, deducing a plan to deal with Xiao Huiol after he has been isolated. With this poison, even Xiao Huiol's soul will be momentarily shaken. I carefully store the poison that Feng had mixed in my pocket. This poison will be handy when needed. And so, the day before the Mad Lord arrives to carry out the operation. PSSHD. By now, both of my arms have vaporized into electricity, and my lower half has disappeared. Soon, my whole body will vaporize, and I will die. Of course, since the formless sword is moving inside my clothes in place of my arms and legs, it appears as though there is no issue outwardly. Just one day left. Finally, tomorrow, my minor counterattack against Xiao Huiol begins. Just as I think so. Ying. Wait. While checking the hidden spaces in the serving command arc through the mass-produced miniature General Xios, I stop one in a particular hidden space and make it illuminate the interior. Wait. I stand up abruptly from my seat. The vision technique attached to the General's eye transmits its sight to me, illuminating the inside of the hidden space. Ignoring everything else, I hurriedly fly to the serving command arc. Since my face can be recognized, I reverse the blood-body skin armor and change my appearance using a technique unique to Yuan Yu, then quickly head to the space discovered by the mini General Xiao. That place is on the 7th floor of the serving command arc. Directly below the deck of serving command arc, the life floor that handles the administration of the entire True Dragon Alliance. I reveal the aura of the dragon race after covering my skin with scales so that others don't find me strange. Thump. It's a familiar place. The 7th floor of the serving command arc. The place I first visited in the serving command arc with Xiao Huiol after my regression. That day, in front of the administrative building, I had explored the market while trying to avoid Xiao Huiol's eyes. So it was like this. Standing in front of the administrative building, I feel the hidden space inside and let out a hollow laugh. Oh hi, Xiao is inside there. On my first day at the True Dragon Alliance. While I went to the market to look at the Demon Beast Market, Xiao Huiol pretended to work in the administrative area and hid Oh hi Xiao in a hidden space on the life floor inside the serving command arc. That's why she couldn't be found no matter how much I searched the Sea Dragon Palace. I step into the administrative district to check whether Oh hi Xiao is still alive. Chapter 216, The Clown and the Performance, 5. Join the Discord for chapter updates donations. Step. As I enter the administrative building, a few members of the Earth Tribe, recognizing me as part of the dragon race, bow and approach. Is there something the Sir Dragon is looking for? Move aside. I'll find it myself. Yes. Adopting the appearance of the Black Dragon race and putting on as irritable a face as possible, I create an atmosphere that makes it difficult for others to approach. Reading my mood, the Earth Tribe members bow and move away. Let's see. I walk inside the administrative building, towards a corridor where the symbols of each of the 13 major races are displayed. Beyond this corridor, there is a separate administrative area just for the 13 major races. At a fork in the corridor, I take the path marked with the symbol of the dragon race. Beyond here, only members of the dragon race are allowed. I activate the Black Dragon's true blood even more strongly and head down the path marked with the symbol of the dragon race known for handling the Een, a tribute. From here on, only members of the Black Dragon race, or perhaps the Sea Dragon race or Water Dragon race, can enter. And the space discovered by the small General Xiao is right here. Walking down the corridor, I touch one of the Black Dragon symbols engraved in the stone corridor. Injecting the power of the Black Dragon's true blood, my hand suddenly sinks into the Black Dragon symbol. As expected, it's a barrier shaped like a wall. I successfully enter the hidden space by passing through the barrier. Step. After walking down the passageway leading to the hidden space for a while, descending the stairs down and down, I arrive at a rather spacious area. Judging by the distortion of the space, it seems to be a compressed space, revealing a considerably large site. Flash. The spirit stone embedded in the ceiling emits light like sunlight, making it feel as though it's broad daylight. It's the size of Gurion's cotton farm. I am amazed at the immense size of the area. The area utilizes the light emitted from the ceiling to grow grass, forming a meadow. There are cool streams flowing throughout the meadow, and trees that emit pleasant fragrances are growing. And in the center of the meadow, there is a large manor. Inside the manor, there are several houses with elegantly tiled roofs, and the presence of one person can be felt inside. I slowly approach the manor. Surprisingly, there are no barriers or prohibitions around it. Oh, I see. I realize as I approach the manor. The closer I got to the manor, specifically to the person making noise inside it, the more the flow of yin and yang becomes chaotic. The heaven and earth spiritual energy is swirling and entangling so much that it's likely impossible to install prohibitions or barriers. Just as I arrive in front of the manor, tap, 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 sounds come from inside the manor, and I feel someone running towards this direction. Simultaneously, the doors of the manor burst open, and a familiar face pops out. Is Sir Seo Huiol here? It's Ohiasio. Greetings. And I greet my old colleague, whom I am meeting after a long time, rather stiffly. I was sent here by Sir Seo Huiol. Oh, by Sir Seo Huiol? Please, come in. Upon hearing Seo Huiol's name, Ohiasio smiles broadly and invites me into the manor. I follow her into a large mansion. Ma'am, a guest sent by Sir Seo Huiol has arrived. Yes, Mississippi. I'll prepare. I frown as I observe a middle-aged lady welcoming Ohiasio in the mansion and the workers bustling about the place. Without any prohibitions or barriers, from the outside, it definitely seemed like there was only Ohiasio's presence. But upon entering, there are numerous people inside. I immediately recognize their identities and frown. They're Jiangshi. They are all Jiangshi that emit the scent of human flesh. In other words, they are Jiangshi made from real human corpses. A creepy mansion, indeed. I take a deep breath as I observe the well-maintained yet unsettling underside of the mansion. The middle-aged lady kindly smiles and leads me to the inner house. Shortly after in the inner house, I am able to face Ohiasio. What did Sir Seo Huiol tell you? Usually, he would come and talk in person. Sir Seo Huiol asked me to check if Miss Hyasio is doing well. Oh, really? Yes. What's going on? I sense something odd while reading Ohiasio's intent, but continue to question her. Have you been experiencing any discomforts in your daily life? None at all. Sir Seo Huiol takes care of everything for me. She's lying. Are you feeling unwell? Or are there any concerns about your health? Not at all. I'm perfectly healthy. She's lying. Are you feeling mentally stressed in any way? Haha, Sir Seo Huiol really. What could be stressful when Sir Seo Huiol is with me? She's lying again. I sigh inwardly and ask, do you ever wish to go outside? Outside? Didn't Sir Seo Huiol tell you? It's really nice walking through the streets of the Serving Command Arc alone with Sir Seo Huiol every few days. I've been going outside already, so that's not a lie, but there's something more to it. As I am organizing my thoughts. By the way, Sir Seo Huiol always checks my level in the Summoning Wind, Sacred Blood Transformation. Do you not need to do that? The Summoning Wind, Sacred Blood Transformation, you say? Could you please check the level of the technique for a moment? I ask of you. Yes. Then, let's first go outside and... However, she starts forming hand seals in the cramped room and begins circulating spiritual energy. The heaven and earth spiritual energy in the room starts to move around Ohiasio. I am startled by what I see. I am also familiar with Summoning Wind, Sacred Blood Transformation. However, there are no such techniques in the Summoning Wind, Sacred Blood Transformation. Just when I am taken aback, Ohiasio, who had been slightly playful and tinged with happiness until now, suddenly changes her expression and glares at me. SSSHHH. The room falls silent. She opens her mouth. Who are you? Are you really sent by Sir Seo Huiol? If Sir Seo Huiol sent you, you wouldn't be unaware that he and I take walks regularly, would you? What should I do? Should I reveal my true identity, having created a false one with Black Dragon's true blood in Yuan Yu's face? But it's risky. If Ohiasio is brainwashed by Seo Huiol, she might immediately report my presence to him. If that happens, as I am pondering various things, the woman observing me suddenly stands up with a shocked expression and steps back. Ohiasio's voice trembles. What's going on? She's startled by something. She recognized something in me. What is she thinking? Is she trying to call the mansion's servants? However, her next words are beyond my imagination. Seo? Eunhyun. I fail to maintain my expressionless facade and end up looking at Ohiasio in surprise. Seo Eunhyun, right? I remember that face. My sense of time became so weird, but it's a face I saw decades ago. Seo Eunhyun. The suspicion in Ohiasio's gaze, which had been full of doubt, melts away. However, I can't help but feel bewildered. How did she realize I'm Seo Eunhyun? Really, it's so nice to meet someone from the same hometown after such a long time. Last time we met, I think I called you Deputy Seo. Well, it's been so long since I've seen your face that the name just comes out, right? I stand frozen in front of Ohiasio for a while before I touch my face with a stiff expression. After a moment, the blood body skin armor covering my face peels away, revealing my original face. It's been a long time. Yes, really. It really has been a long time. We're both silent for a moment. Then, Ohiasio asks me, by the way, aren't you curious how I knew? Even though you changed your face. It's my ability. Wait, don't say it. I stop Oh Hi SEO before she can recklessly reveal her ability. Have you ever told anyone about the ability you've gained? No. I thought about telling CEO Huiol at first, but then changed my mind. By the way, why did you come in with that face? I smile wryly at her question. Because I'm not exactly friendly with CEO Huiol. Oh, I see. Oh Hi SEO laughs heartily. I don't really like CEO Huiol either. Not sure if you've noticed, but do these mansion servants look human to you? Oh Hi SEO whispers as if she's telling a huge secret. They're all corpses, and they're always watching me. And when CEO Huiol comes, they report everything they've observed about me to him. At first, I thought CEO Huiol was a really nice person. But then, at some point, he started to hypnotize, brainwash. He started doing those things to me. That's when I knew CEO Huiol is a madman. I don't know what expression to wear, feeling an odd mix of emotions. Unexpectedly, Oh Hi SEO is fully aware of everything about CEO Huiol. Before I awakened my ability, I really thought he was wonderful, kind, and gentle. But after reaching the nascent soul stage and getting somewhat proficient in using my ability, my illusions about CEO Huiol shattered along with the brainwashing he had placed on me. She babbles on for a while. I smile faintly as I watch her chatter nonstop. Oh Hi SEO, nicknamed the Nightingale at the company, was the most admired female employee among the staff. Even though she was captured by CEO Huiol, she seemed not much different from the Oh Hi SEO I knew back then. She is still bright. Oh Hi SEO, do you want me to take you out of here? I ask, looking at Oh Hi SEO. However, she's silent for a while before smiling and saying, no, it's okay. My ability, you see, if I refine it to the extreme, I think I might be able to understand why we came to this world, and where we should return to, and how we ended up in this world. But what does that have to do with staying here? It's related. The best opponent to refine my ability against is CEO Huiol. She smiles. I thought about investigating CEO Huiol using my ability. Now, I've been unraveling the story of CEO Huiol in reverse. CEO Huiol has done a lot of things. That's why there are so many people with a cause and effect relationship, casualty, with him, which has greatly refined my ability. As I did so, I became interested in why CEO Huiol became such a person, human, and I've been looking into that recently. Strictly speaking, CEO Huiol isn't human. Oh, now that I think about it, you're right. What exactly is Oh Hi SEO's ability? It seems as if she can see through everything from where she sits. Wasn't it an ability related to the bloodline of immortal beasts? Why has it transformed into an almost omniscient ability? Suddenly, I wonder if she can also realize that I had regressed. Are you reading me too? Yes, I am. But others weren't as difficult as you. It feels as if the pages of your book are very heavy. And there are also these cloudy mists. It's hard to read because of those things. After exchanging a few words with her, I chuckle lightly. So, you're saying you'll stay by CEO Huiol's side? Yes. All right. Be careful. As you know, he's a being as skilled in deceit as in breathing. That does seem to be the case. Seeing that you're safe, I'll be going. It's a bit disappointing. CEO Huiol won't be coming here for a few days anyway. Why don't you stay and rest? If it's because of the servant's eyes, I can do something about it with my power. No, sorry. I have things I must do. I get up and head outside. It's a first. For the first time since I came to this world, my heart feels a bit lighter. I had thought Oh Hi SEO was 90% likely to be used or brainwashed by CEO Huiol. But watching her demonstrate an almost omniscient ability to read her opponent from her seated position, it somehow doesn't feel like Oh Hi SEO would easily fall prey to CEO Huiol. Maybe she was a bit overwhelmed at the beginning, but as she awakened her ability, she gradually started to read CEO Huiol's moves. Perhaps she is the one I need to worry the least about among all my colleagues. As I am leaving the manor, Wawoom, a bright white light erupts from behind, touching the Jiangshi in the mansion. Then, the Jiangshi's eyes dim and they stop in their tracks. Oh Hi SEO's voice rings out. It's the power of the lustrous glazed peacock. Lower beings become foolish the moment they touch the light. The Jiangshi will forget that you came today. Take care. Yeah, you take care too. I leave the hidden space behind Oh Hi SEO with a light heart. Crackling. My body is almost completely vaporized now. But, at the end of my life, I managed to achieve one of the goals I had set. Really, it's good to be alive. With a somewhat lighter heart, I begin to prepare to splendidly adorn the final grand performance of this life. Zap zap. Though my wonderfully mysterious innate heart cannon, I begin to detect the wonderfully mysterious fortress from a long distance. The Mad Lord Zhou Yun has stepped into the territory of the True Dragon Alliance. Chapter 217, The Clown and the Performance 6. Join the Discord for chapter updates donations. Swoosh. Above a vast canyon, a bizarre fortress flies in. Inside the fortress, gears endlessly turn and the sound of something continuously clicking can be heard, evoking a sense of strangeness in those who listen. Click, 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 click. However, The fortress that's been floating in the air and moving forward suddenly comes to a halt at one point. Kagugagu. Far away, a faint barrier is spread out over a region with white mountain ranges. It's the territory of the Earth Tribe True Dragon Alliance. Wawoom. Moreover, 3 integration stage grand cultivators exit the barrier after seeing the bizarre fortress. Their faces tense as they begin to gather demonic power. So you're the notorious Mad Lord who's been infamous in all 4 directions recently. The Demon King of the Supreme Tiger race growls, bristling with demonic energy, and shouts towards the wonderfully mysterious fortress. I don't know what business you have in the True Dragon Alliance's territory, but even if it's you, if you intend to enter our domain, you must be prepared to risk your life. I strongly advise you to turn back. And then, click, click, click. From inside the wonderfully mysterious fortress, countless cannon barrels protrude, aiming their muzzles towards the barrier. Wing. Accompanied by a buzzing sound, countless bee puppets fly out from inside the wonderfully mysterious fortress, starting to load cannonballs into the cannons. The cannonballs are 4-axis stage general puppets. Flap, flap. As the flag puppets flutter their flags to signal, the cannon operator puppets fire the cannons. Boom, boom, boom. Ignoring the persuasions of the Supreme Tiger King, the Mad Lord's wonderfully mysterious fortress fires the general puppets towards the barrier. Zeroing. The general puppets are launched towards the barrier and crash headfirst into it, creating cracks throughout. However, the Demon Kings merely smirk, infusing more power into the barrier. No matter how infamous you, the Mad Lord, might be, the barrier of the True Dragon Alliance, which borrows power from the body of the entering Nirvana stage ancestor. Simultaneously, beams of light shoot out in all directions from the bodies of the general puppets, beginning to carve countless circuits on one side of the barrier. And then, flash, screech, as if spreading like an infection, circuits spread to one corner of the barrier. After a brief moment, the barrier splendidly opens. Seeing this, the integration stage Demon Kings are speechless for a moment, floating in the air before hastily transforming back into their true forms. Damn it! Stop that human madman. No matter how formidable he is, it's barely been 100 years since he ascended. There's no way he can pass through a gate guarded by 3 integration stage Demon Kings. However, the gates of the wonderfully mysterious fortress opened. Screech. Click. Along with that, terrifying puppets begin to pour out from inside the wonderfully mysterious fortress. Boom. Billions, no, perhaps hundreds of billions of puppets burst out crazily, turning the heavens and earth black with their numbers. Among them, there are also a frighteningly large number of 4-axis stage puppets. The Demon Kings feel the momentum of the 4-axis stage general puppets and are tense, but they do not lose their confidence. It's okay. No matter how many 4-axis puppets there are, with 3 integration stage Demon Kings gathered here. Then, at some point, integration stage puppets begin to appear from the fortress. Come. With an enormous momentum, 28 integration stage presences emerge from within. Overwhelmed by this force, the 3 integration stage Demon Kings don't hesitate to scatter and flee, not even looking back as they do so. Integration stage puppets, 9 per each Demon King, begin to chase after them, leaving the strongest puppet remaining on the scene, the last integration stage puppet. She returns inside the wonderfully mysterious fortress. She enters the control room at the heart of the wonderfully mysterious fortress, walking towards a hunchbacked old man sucking on his fingers beneath a throne inside. Walking towards the hunchback, she picks up the hunchbacked old man in a princess carry and sits herself on the throne. The hunchback, cradled gently in her embrace, continues sucking on his fingers. Mad Lord Zhou Yun manipulates her to command the wonderfully mysterious fortress from atop the throne, advancing it forward. Finally, in my lifetime, I get to attend Xiao Huiol's wedding ceremony. That guy Xiao Huiol, despite having married several women, has never invited me. That can't be right. It must have been a mistake. I will correct it. I will make it right. Xiao Huiol is just an imperfect being after all. Along with the wedding, I will evolve him into a new being at his most beautiful moment. Excited at the thought of embalming Xiao Huiol at the moment of his marriage to create a masterpiece that will last forever, the Mad Lord mobilized all his talents to assault and capture integration stage grand cultivators wherever he found them, turning them into puppets. This resulted in the creation of the 27 integration stage puppets made during this time. Thrilled by the thought of embalming Xiao Huiol at the moment of love, the Mad Lord's madness reached its peak, and his demonic talent also reached its zenith. This is the result. Although these hastily made integration stage puppets are not as durable or strong as real integration stage grand cultivators, with as many as 27 of them, well-arranged formations can even take on 10 grand cultivators. The Mad Lord, filled with hope and joy of evolving Xiao Huiol, sheds tears of excitement and emotion as he orders the wonderfully mysterious fortress. Advance. Advance. To Seo Huil. To Seo Huil. We can't be late for Seo Huil's wedding ceremony. Bring Seo Huil before me. Seo Huil. Seo Huil. I will capture Seo Huil and evolve him. Seo Huil. Seo Huil, Seo Huil, Seo Huil, Seo Huil, Civil Fingyan, Civil Thawil, 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 Thawil will definite like capture Hyman evolve Hyminto his most beautiful moment that lasts forever. With eyes spinning in madness, the Mad Lord and the wonderfully mysterious fortress begins heading towards the True Dragon Alliance headquarters, the Serving Command Arc. I can feel it. The Mad Lord's wonderfully mysterious fortress has entered the True Dragon Alliance's territory. Its speed is clearly that of an integration stage Grand Cultivator. The wonderfully mysterious fortress has evolved to the integration stage. This isn't merely a single-minded intention to modify Seo Huil. The obsession to attend Seo Huil's wedding ceremony and to personally embalm the moment of Seo Huil's marriage created this result. At this speed, it will probably arrive at the Serving Command Arc in 2 hours. That news has already arrived here before, alerting everyone in the True Dragon Alliance. It's almost time for the plan to be set in motion. However, I am inexplicably unable to move, caught in a strange feeling. It's been since meeting Seo. Since meeting Seo, I've felt something strange dominating my mind. For some reason, a bizarre disharmony is controlling my thoughts, but I can't quite figure out what this disharmony is. What on earth is this? I grit my teeth and press down on my throbbing head. Could it be that Seo Huil planted a trap in her without Seo knowing? The most rational suspicion is that Seo Huil had somehow activated a trap in me through Seo without her knowing. I ponder the source of the pain. At least the flow of spiritual energy isn't communicating with anywhere. Seo Huil isn't trying something in real time against me. Is it more like a curse? A curse that triggers if Seo meets someone other than him. However, as a first-class curse sorcerer myself, I don't feel the presence of a curse. It's not a curse. Then, there must be something. What exactly is this disharmony? I suppress the throbbing in my brain and think. But there's no time left. Soon, the Mad Lord will storm towards the Serving Command Palace. Then, click. For now, I seal the part of my consciousness that suffers from the disharmony using the 5 Elements Blood Curse banner. I also cram in the Een Soul Ghost incantation to modify the seal, so even if Seo Huil tries something through the 5 Elements Blood Curse banner, it will be futile. Good. Now it's useless even if he tries anything. Judging by the lack of perceived spiritual energy flow, it's impossible for Seo Huil to be watching me or to know that I've returned. So, all I have to do now is execute the plan. TSSK, TSSK. I use the Sea of Righteousness and Mountain of Grace on Kim Yun for the final time. Flash. Until the last moment, her consciousness does not return. But her condition has improved significantly compared to the beginning. Compared to her initially dull gaze, her eyes are now significantly clearer. If left as is, she will naturally regain consciousness over time. I informed Hong Fan, so even if I die, Hong Fan will take care of her. Then, take care. I stroke the still somewhat dazed Kim Yun's cheek and turn around. That's when. TSSK, TSSK. From Kim Yun, the wonderfully mysterious innate heart cannon bursts forth and a strand of her consciousness clings to me. Somehow, as if knowing I am about to go far away, it seems to not want to let go. It feels like it's holding on to me. I look back at her. Her consciousness has not yet returned. However, seeing that strand of Kim Yun's consciousness clinging to me pitifully, I choose not to detach it and soar into the sky. Wawoom. The heaven and earth spiritual energy vibrates. The energies of integration stage Grand Cultivators swirl around from all directions. Emergency! Emergency! The Mad Lord has invaded. The Mad Lord is coming to the Serving Command Arc. Stop that madman. Stop him. Now, the fact that the Mad Lord has invaded is widely known throughout the Earth tribe. Using a sound transmission talisman, I send a message to Yuhua and fly towards the Serving Command Arc using the record of transcending cultivation and exhausting martial arts. Up in the sky. Kagugugu. There, a blue dragon can be seen swiftly flying towards the Serving Command Arc. It's Seo Huil, evacuating to the Serving Command Arc upon hearing that the Mad Lord is coming. Around Seo Huil, numerous 4-axis stage demon beasts are following him to the Serving Command Arc. As expected, evacuating with his numerous supporters. The Serving Command Arc, in case of an emergency, can descend to the lower realm from its lowest floor, making it the ultimate evacuation and escape route. Of course, I have no intention of letting him escape to the lower realm. Seo Huil cannot escape from us. I take Quebec, who is waiting near the Serving Command Arc, and fly up towards it. Inside the Serving Command Arc, Seo Eun-hyun had previously laid out thousands of ultra-small General Seos. These general COs observe where CO Huiol enters and where he is headed, communicating in real time with CO Eunhyun and reporting CO Huiol's location. CO Huiol is currently at one of the evacuation spaces on the 4th floor of the Serving Command Arc. Among those in that evacuation space, numerous demon beasts are tightly gathered around CO Huiol. Sir CO Huiol, I heard you ascended from the lower realm alongside the mad Lord Zhou Yun. Just how powerful is he that you had to flee here? Is he really as dangerous as his infamy suggests? Aren't you being too worried? However, CO Huiol shakes his head with a reassuring smile in response to their words. The Mad Lord is indeed a dangerous individual. We must not underestimate him. However, this place is the Serving Command Arc, where the highest cultivators of the Earth Tribe True Dragon Alliance gather. There is no need to be too tense. The integration stage Demon Kings will all gather to deal with the Mad Lord, so don't worry too much. Just think of this as one of the few opportunities for all of us to gather together. To see such a crisis as an opportunity, Sir CO Huiol truly has exceptional thoughts. You flatter me. As they're having a pleasant conversation, they suddenly look in one direction, startled. CO Huiol too suddenly narrows his eyes, glaring somewhere with vertically slit pupils. Isn't this the aura of blood in devilish arts? The faces of the demon beasts are filled with shock. It's certain, the blood in heavenly fiends have invaded the Serving Command Arc. I'll show them who they're dealing with right now. The demon beasts grit their teeth, feeling the dense miasma of the blood in realm. One of the demon beasts stands up and shouts. First of all, it's dangerous for all of us to go there together. How about only a few of us form a group and go? That's a good idea. The energy we're feeling is only around the heavenly being stage anyway. Most of those gathered here are 4-axis cultivators with CO Huiol at the forefront. Even if it is the power of a blood-in realm heavenly fiend, there is no real need to fear. However, CO Huiol suddenly smiles and shouts to the assembly. That won't do, everyone. At his words, numerous 4-axis demon beasts look at CO Huiol with puzzled eyes. Yes. What do you mean, Sir CO Huiol? Then CO Huiol starts explaining with a kind face. A true predator uses all its strength in the hunt, no matter how big or small the prey. Most of you must know this saying. We must not be complacent, even if it's just a heavenly being stage heavenly fiend. Hearing CO Huiol's words, numerous 4-axis demon beasts nod. Especially if a blood-in heavenly fiend has come here. It might have opened a portal connected to the blood-in realm within the Serving Command Arkansas. If so, the heavenly fiend can summon esteemed ones from the blood-in realm. So caution is the best policy. Indeed, we were too rash. No, I might be overreacting. Even if it's just a heavenly being stage fiend, let's all go together for a walk. CO Huiol smiles faintly, leading the numerous demon beasts towards the place where the turbidity is felt. And then, suddenly, CO Huiol stops in his tracks. Sir CO Huiol, what's the matter? As CO Huiol stops, the demon beasts ask him in confusion. CO Huiol, as if it's nothing, smiles and replies. I just remembered I left something around here last time. I'll quickly grab it and join you, so please go ahead without me. Is there anything we can help with? I appreciate the thought, but it's fine. Please go ahead. Yes, well, understood. Thus, numerous members of the demon race disappear towards the location where CO Eunhyun is spreading devilish energy through Yuan Yu, leaving CO Huiol alone. CO Huiol does not move from his spot. After a while, SSSSSHHHH. Black curse spells burst from CO Huiol's entire body, revealing CO Huiol being bound by them. CO Huiol, smiling faintly, looks in one direction and speaks. It's been a while, Taoist CO. Seeing you well eases my mind. The blood that CO Huiol gave me to consume and transform, accepting CO Huiol's Sea Dragon True Blood, wasn't just absorbed with the thought of covering it with the Black Dragon's True Blood. Giving blood to a cursed sorcerer means giving the most fundamental medium for a curse. From the day I received CO Huiol's blood, I was in a state where I could curse CO Huiol at any time. Using CO Huiol's blood as a medium, I could transfer curses to CO Huiol whenever and as much as I wanted. Originally, I intended to use a curse to briefly bind CO Huiol's feet. When Yua arrived shortly after, I planned to remove the few demon beasts who were helping CO Huiol from his side with her help. But why? Why? Feeling uneasy, I glare at CO Huiol. Why did you send away all the demon beasts that could protect you? I didn't expect him to send away everyone who could aid him. Rather, CO Huiol's actions make me anxious, not knowing what schemes he has. CO Huiol does not answer, but just gives an ambiguous smile. To ascend from the lower realms so quickly, especially considering the spiritual energy is much weaker there, making it take longer to recover your cultivation, to raise your cultivation so quickly, you must have indeed been a high being who fell. You're not going to talk? Right now, when Yuwa is rescuing by Gnome. I have to face CO Wheel purely with my wit and ability, but am not particularly worried. No matter how close to an integration stage Demon King CO Wheel is, he's already cursed. If you don't want to talk, then don't. I take out the poison that Feng made for me from the storage bag. This poison amplifies the sensation of pain by 60,000 times for a certain period. Compared to that, its lethality is almost non-existent, a drug made solely for the purpose of pain. Without hesitation, I open the jade bottle and swallow the poison. Then, I take out the 5 elements blood curse banner, feed it with plenty of curse spells to create a black ghost curse banner, and thrust it into my chest. Uffed. The pain feels like it's ripping my mind apart. No, it definitely is. My brain feels incandescent with whiteness. A mortal would have died from the pain long ago, but cultivators, with their robust bodies and expansive consciousness, do not easily faint or die from pain. That means I have to fully experience the sensation of pain amplified 60,000 times. I am unable to speak. However, even in pain that feels like my spirit is vaporizing and my consciousness disintegrating, I smile faintly. SSSSSHHHH. The curses I had placed on CO Wheel glow, and CO Wheel also experiencing the pain, amplified by the curse. CO Wheel, with trembling hands, clutches his head and kneels on one knee. Even for an integration stage Demon King, this must be quite hard to endure. My tolerance for pain has already become much stronger. Yet, the pain is enough to vaporize my mind. Such a level of pain should somewhat affect even the pinnacle of integration stage cultivators. Zing. Bleeding from my 7 orifices, I look at CO Wheel through my blurry vision. CO Wheel, that guy. And as I watch CO Wheel writhing in pain, I feel a profound sense of strangeness. CO Wheel, even while kneeling and clutching his head, is smiling. His eyes and pupils are trembling, and his heart essence is indeed shaken by the pain. But somehow his face is still smiling kindly and warmly. It's as if that expression of kindness and that gentle moment is forever embalmed on his face, a truly eerie sight. At that moment, I truly feel as if CO Wheel had put on a mask of benevolence. Is that gentle smile fixed onto his face? Or is it that he can only smile like that? Watching CO Wheel, unable to let go of his kind expression even as he clearly feels pain, I feel a sense of eeriness. CO Wheel, what on earth are you? Creaking. I grit my teeth and slowly begin to rise from my spot. Noticing my movement, CO Wheel, still clutching his head, also slowly rises. However, we can only get up from our spots, overwhelmed by pain and unable to do anything else. Wawoom. Then, the curse spells shining on CO Wheel's body begin to vibrate. ZZZZT. Sparks fly from the curse spells. I realize that CO Wheel is pushing the curse away. Wawoom. The curse spells embedded in CO Wheel's body begin to rise above him, sparking flames. That won't do. Weeing. In the midst of pain, I infuse even more pain from the Een Soul Ghost incantation into the curse, trying to embed the curse that is trying to detach even deeper into CO Wheel's body. ZZZZT. A tense standoff continues as sparks fly from the curse spells. There are various ways to cast a curse, but most curses require some condition. The curse sorcerer must possess a part of the target's body. The sorcerer must know the target well. The sorcerer's curse spell must have touched the target. The target must have harmed the sorcerer. The sorcerer must harbor resentment towards the target. If these conditions are not met, and one simply tries to cast a curse, its power is significantly reduced, making it easier to shake off or dispel. However, if the conditions are met, the curse becomes much harder to dispel. And I have met most of these conditions. The situation would be different before the curse was activated, but having launched the curse by surprise, the balance of this confrontation is clearly in my favor. Kagugugu. Thousands, tens of thousands of curse spells flow into CO Wheel. CO Wheel, shedding tears of blood, exerts his energy. ZZZZT. Clearly, I have the advantage. But despite that, the power of CO Wheel, comparable to the integration stage, is tremendous. It's as if I have CO Wheel's heart in my grasp, yet CO Wheel, little by little, is indeed pushing my curse back. Is the difference in cultivation insurmountable? It can't be helped. Even though I have mastered the powers of heaven, earth, and heart tribes, amplifying my strength tremendously, my cultivation is merely at the nascent soul stage. If this continues, the curse will surely be dispelled. So, about 1 Shurchen, about 2 hours later, SSSK. Trembling with pain, I smile. CO Wheel's power is indeed great, but in 1 Shurchen, there is too much I can do. The pain is slowly becoming familiar. Just get a bit more used to it. And in the remaining 1 Shurchen, I can push CO Wheel to the limit. Just when I think so, CO Wheel begins to form hand seals. That is, thick turbidity flows from around CO Wheel. Terrible screams and wails spread around as CO Wheel forms the hand seals. It's neither a spell nor a demon ability. Rather, it's devilish arts. Clearly one of the techniques from the Bloodine realm. I closely observe the flow of devilish energy in the technique Xiao Huiol is using. I can feel it. It's similar to the mysterious bizarre goo techniques I use. A devilish art that stealthily parasitizes someone in advance, lying dormant and detonating when needed. Additionally, the technique of blood sacrifice used by Yuan Li is also mixed in. I quickly deduce the identity of the technique Xiao Huiol is using. A technique that detonates a parasitic spell previously hidden in a target, kills them, and then uses the victim in a blood sacrifice. SSSSSHHHH. As Xiao Huiol forms the final seal, he speaks. Tainted soul devouring life curse. SSSSSHHHH. Suddenly, from afar, the stench of blood wafts through the air. It's the direction towards which the four-axis demon beasts, following Yuan Yu, had headed. Did he place that technique on all those who follow him? He must have arranged for the possibility to kill them at any moment and offer them as a blood sacrifice to serve as his spare lives. Kagugugu. Is it because he turned about 24-axis cultivators entirely into blood sacrifices? The energy of the blood sacrifice felt from afar is tremendous. If that energy is supplied to Xiao Huiol now, he might shake off my curse instantly. Crack. I can't let that happen. Even amidst the pain that muddles my consciousness, I reach into my storage bag. Originally, I planned to do this after getting more accustomed to the pain, but now that it's come to this, I'll finish the job now. Chalak. I pull out an item from within the storage bag. It's a puppet. A puppet used for communicating with the Mad Lord. As soon as the puppet emerges from the storage bag, it starts rolling its eyes to check the surroundings, fixing its gaze on Xiao Huiol. Mad Lord Senior. Can you hear me? SSSK. I smirk and shout to the Mad Lord beyond the puppet. They'll give you the coordinates of Xiao Huiol's location. Wing. Earth Tribe's True Dragon Alliance. The wonderfully mysterious fortress is currently engaging in battle with 12 integration stage demon kings near the serving command arc. The bee puppets fluttering around the wonderfully mysterious fortress suddenly stop their activity and land in various places on the fortress. Wing. Along with the sound of a swarm buzzing, the bee puppets that had landed on the wonderfully mysterious fortress begin to flutter, preparing for something. Wawoom. Simultaneously, the wonderfully mysterious fortress begins to move rapidly in one direction. To the integration stage demon kings, this seems as if the Mad Lord is retreating from the battlefield, bringing smiles to their faces. Is the Mad Lord trying to retreat? However, in the next moment, their expressions twist. The billions of bee puppets attached to the Mad Lord's wonderfully mysterious fortress tear through space. The integration stage demon kings realize. Is that spatial teleportation? It should be impossible to go too far, but where is it going? Wait, the direction of that spatial teleportation. No, stop it. The demon kings, pale with shock, charge towards the wonderfully mysterious fortress. The Mad Lord is attempting a spatial leap to the serving command arc. Receiving the signal from Xiao Unhyun, the Mad Lord began attempting a spatial leap to the 4th floor of the serving command arc.